is about. I'm a black man trying not to get caught. I'm just trying to solve the puzzle like a jigsaw. You know it's a big world, so easy to get lost. I'm just trying to solve the puzzle like a jigsaw.
I can picture us in the living room by the mantelpiece, and you're telling me you're loving me. It's so good. With your hands on my thighs, while I'm staring in your brown eyes, and the expression on your face is telling me you want more than a taste. Ooh, that's nasty. So tonight we're going all the way. We'll be loving till the break of day. There's nothing in this world, no. Welcome. Yeah. It's all about you, boo. Mm-hmm. They don't make the R&B like that no more. Welcome to the Jigsaw Podcast. I am Josh Rogers.
I am Brian here.
And we are your two favorite friendly neighborhood Casanegroes here to talk about how we put the pieces together, particularly we talk about the perils, the praise, the productivity, the public circumstance of doing life. Brian, how are you?
Man, it's always a great day to be black, brother.
Hallelujah to Jesus. How's the week been treating you, brother?
I'm lucky to be alive, man. I am drained beyond measure. I am tired. What if Fannie Lou Hamer said? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I am beat. I'm broke, busted. And all the negative adjectives. This week has
God.
It's been a really stressful, draining week.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really stressful and draining. But God is still good. He still says something.
He said all the negative things.
It's been draining.
We got to get you up out of that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm home alone this weekend. So you know.
Deliver. Oh, home alone. Okay, Macaulay Culkin.
So I'm gonna sleep a little bit. I'm gonna rest a little bit. And
sweep around. You got a candle?
I don't do all that. I don't set the atmosphere.
Candle. Will you swear?
I don't set the atmosphere. This is what I got. I'm holiness. I'm holiness.
Yeah, that Pompeii.
I'm holiness.
That's right. It's the only one you need.
Listen,
standing on the word. Well, what is that song? It's according to his word. Hallelujah. If you look at, you know that song? Look and live. There you go. My brother, live. You look to Jesus. Now and then. It's recorded. It is word. Oh, hallelujah. It's in his word. Hallelujah. And it's only if you look and live. So good. I don't know who sang that, but that just, I'm going to go find that on the iTunes if it's on there.
Oh my God.
I don't know the ones the blacks made up.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Brian, I'm going to say it on this podcast, that I think the Church of God in Christ missed an opportunity in their music department.
Okay.
Because Dorinda is a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I say that in context.
Yeah. And
she's also an artist, but I think we missed a moment by not having her as the international music president.
I wouldn't have been against it. I feel like the timing was the leadership timing was off.
It was because Blake he put in there McAllister.
Mm-hmm.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Yeah.
Yeah, he was gonna put in who he was gonna put in, but I feel like it would have been a good opportunity for her though too.
I think she's doing great as the elect lady. I just wonder. I just see like a lot of old clips of her have been resurfacing, particularly in the 90s when she was with her mom and then her VP days. And I just really wonder what that would have looked like from a music standpoint if we would have had like Matty Moss Jr. As president. And I'm talking about not Nepo because of her brother-in-law, but Nepo because of who her mama was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that would have been good, though. We would have respected her. It would have been good.
Oh, yeah. They would have loved it. The Clark would have been full just because another Clark is leading. Easy. Now, it would have been like a Clark sister show every time y'all convened, but...
That's what it is. It's like that now.
But it's
Karen get that mic every service almost.
And that minor loves the Clarks too.
He does.
So he does. So they get that mic. Hey, they're the darlings of the church.
They are. They are they're the first family of the church. If we're going down the line and think about just families.
Are they like the Kennedys?
Are they like the Kennedys?
But the Rockefellers of the Church of God in Christ.
I think so. In terms of like long-standing families in the church, I feel like they're the more prominent of generations of families, right?
For sure.
Church. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else out there that like as on the national level where you've seen generations of national officials.
Well, the Pattersons, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. But I feel like it was we had J.O., then we had J.O. Senior, and we also had G.E., but we didn't have anything. Okay. I don't know if you can consider.
You didn't have nothing big, because J.O. Jr. was a judicial prelate, and he was over General Assembly, wasn't he? And then Charlie is like the treasurer or something.
He's something like that.
Yeah.
So I guess there's 3 generations. Of
I said kind of. But you had 2 of them that presided bishops, though.
Yeah, that's strong.
That's cousins.
Yeah, so the Patterson is the Patterson last name is the strongest name in the Church of Christ. Well,
And J.O. married a Mason.
Yeah.
So
Charles Mason Patterson, that's the strongest name in the church.
That's the strongest name of the church.
At this point, brother,
that man's name is Charles Harrison Mason Patterson.
Like, if that's a situation where, like, white people, they like, they fail in society. If he fails in the Church of God in Christ, it's on him because you have the strongest name in the whole church. So there's no way you should ever fail or not be a strong official in the Church of God in Christ.
Oh, Reverend is James Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
I don't know this slow version. Wait a minute. This ain't how we sang it. Wait a minute.
Word, hallelujah.
This ain't it either. I didn't know it was this old. My God.
From the Lord. Come on, Detroit. Here we are again.
This might be it.
And it's only that you look good.
This is it. This is the one I know. Yeah, Reverend, I don't want to be on the bandwagon, but I miss the choir.
Oh, without a doubt, our church has a choir, but I still feel like you've seen the decline in the church since the choir has gone away too, because the choir oftentimes always gave people the opportunity to be involved.
But then they had nothing else to do.
And some people may be good enough to sing in a choir, may not be good enough to sing on a praise team. So you kind of lost a little some folks there. So there's some folks sitting in the pews right now who may not sing good enough to sing in a mic, but they sound good enough to be able to hold a part. So yeah, I think the choir should make a comeback. So shout out to the churches that still have choirs.
Shout out.
And but nowadays they love the inner ear and they love the chorale.
They love all that extra stuff.
I don't really like it.
I appreciate the balance of it, but I really feel like to take something away that was such a marker of the black church.
Yeah.
Right. That just like that sound, like we just played. Like even if you don't like that song, like that, just like that. That man, you don't get that a lot anymore. All these click tracks and stems and
right.
I like that raw voice.
Yeah.
Glory to God. I like when you listen to Mrs. Mass Choir and you heard the mic screech in the back and they didn't cut it out. The live recording. You know what I'm saying? Bring that back. Bring that back. We don't need perfection. That's how I know that's how I know you did sound check when something just messed up.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
And it happens.
Yeah, I enjoy choirs, but I feel like to your point, like you can still have praise and worship, but still have choir. You can have both.
Yeah. I miss when John P. used to call out names.
Listen, that's a
Names and cities. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, live from Atlanta.
Listen.
Live from Chicago. Live from
Listen, Donnie went live from London.
I love a good live from Toronto. I think live from Toronto.
Ricky Dillon in Toronto too. Yeah, he was just all over the globe. Global ministry.
I love a live from somewhere.
Me too. I love a live album, and this even for secular artists. I love a live album.
Yeah.
Like Beyonce's Homecoming, Baduism live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Live albums is where
live albums is where it's at.
It gives you the concert vibe too. Like that's why I love concerts, because you give the music, the flow. Then they like do different like transitions to the music. Like it's just live is just better.
It is. Have you learned Boots on the Ground? Beyonce been doing it in her set.
I haven't learned it. I'm gonna learn it probably this weekend. I'm gonna learn it.
It's easy, Brian. That one's easy.
I believe it.
That one's easy. Time out. Yeah. Oh, I got my boots on the ground. Hey, where the fans at? I wish the Lord would give me a song like that.
Listen, that song.
Just a one. I don't want to be no artist. I just want like the Cha Cha Slide dude, the wobble. I want not one. Mm-hmm. And see, he brought this song out when country music is on this black boom again, and it's a great little line dance, and so it's gonna, even if the country music wave passes in terms of its boom in the black community, this song is gonna live forever because there's a line dance.
Yeah, it's like in wobble territory. It's in wobble territory. It's and right now, because clearly right now it's the song of the summer. If we be
boots on the ground. Oh yeah,
it's the song of the summer. I don't see anything coming out this summer that's gonna take.
And it's actually a good song.
Yeah. It has soul. It has country. It has like funk to it. It has a line dance to it.
It's so good.
I love the under part.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let your body move. Cowboys and cowgirls are feeling the groove. Sipping on moonshine, fire bell rolling. And hold it. And here's the other thing about line dance. Most line dance, like the songs, are actually not that great. Mm-hmm. It'd be the dance that makes the song. Yeah. Because have you ever heard the original Electric Slide song? You can't do it. It's electric.
It's not good at all.
And it do it everywhere. Even the Cha-Cha Slide song is actually kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Casper Slide Part 2. Coming to hit you with that groove. To the left. Take it back. There you go. I'm like, all right, brother.
Only song that like really goes is, we've changed Electric Slide song to Before I Let Go. So that like is the only song that like
that and Candy is the two Electric Slide unofficial songs.
To where this, to me a song ain't bad. Oh, no,
because that started off as just a song, though. Mm-hmm. And then, to me, I don't know who made it up, but somebody created a line dance to it. Yeah. But yeah, that ain't bad, because I like that song. When I think about love, I think about you. I still need to debut that, because I've learned this dance, and I haven't been anywhere where it's been played. Okay? It took me 3 summers, and I got it, and I needed to be played somewhere. What they name that club in a different world? The place where the blues will be played. I need it. Jesus.
It'll be played. We'll go somewhere where it'll be out there.
We need it. Anyway, Brian, you ready to give the people some bad news?
I am.
Okay. Well, we're doing it in a way that only we know how to do. yeah.
I think
Brian's favorite people.
Say goodbye to what we had. The good time that made us laugh. I'll wait back.
Your family and friends, I regret to report you. Maybe we should do this in the rest of. Let's do it in the rest of.
Okay.
All right. So, how are you feeling about the NBA finals and stuff? The conference finals going on. Who do you think is going to be early predictions? Because this might be the last prediction. Who is it going to be?
I don't know. Like I haven't really been watching, but let's do it easy way. Let's go OKC because they have the best record in the league. They're going to the finals, and we'll go. I want the New York Knicks to go to the finals.
Same.
Because it's the New York Knicks. I want the New York Knicks to win the championship. I know New York Knicks fans are obnoxious as all get out, but I
want them to set Times Square on fire. I want it to happen.
I low key I enjoy seeing certain teams like, especially like them who haven't won in forever, and they have a strong fan base. And not saying OKC or Indiana or whomever doesn't have a strong fan base or Minnesota, but if sometimes it feels right. Sometimes we need certain teams to win championships in the sports world.
Jesus,
to work the world feel right.
Their last championship was 1973.
Yeah, I feel like the Knicks need to win this championship.
Yeah, what I want to see, and I don't know if it's gonna play out this way. I would love to see a Knicks Cavalier Timberwolves.
Yeah, I as long as the Knicks win, I'm fine. I like Anthony Edwards. I would love to see Anthony Edwards in the finals. He's one of my.
I like Anthony Edwards too. That's why I want to see him in the finals. But I would, to your point, it's something kind of using the Memphis term, grits and grindy about the Knicks that I want to see win. So yeah, but I'm gonna tell you this though, low key, I will be mad if my boy Halliburton pulled it off because he got voted most underrated player in the NBA. And this man had closed out like 5 NBA games with the winning shot. So it's like, I kind of remember his revenge tour right now too. Yeah. So yeah, I would be mad at that just for that storyline alone.
Yeah, but I think the Knicks are I think they're down right now. But
Isn't it like it's just 1-0, right? They played 2 games. Yeah, okay.
They lost. They were up by like 20 or something at home and lost in overtime. But I want the Knicks to win it all.
Okay.
I'd be excited about that. What about you? That's usually you want to win?
That's what I'm saying. I would like to see the Knicks win, and then I would love to see the finals of. I want it to be a full game, 7 games, Knicks, Timberwolves, 7 games, Knicks take it off.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want no 4 and out. I don't want no 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me drop. This one thing I will say about this NBA playoff, it's been great. It's been like really entertaining. Yeah. So keep that going.
Yeah, it's been ups and downs. Teams we thought would have won. Teams we thought that.
Like the Cavaliers, I expect them to be here.
Yeah, they had a tremendous season. They had a great season. OKC had a great season. Denver getting knocked off. I don't think they would last long because they got rid of their coach, but still, like them, a championship contender at all times. Anthony Edwards in the playoffs. He, first round made LeBron look bad. He's going through. He's going through his era of I'm the new person in town. I'm the new sheriff in town. This is about my league. And what I love it too, because it's not a, and I didn't say again, but it's not a European player. Shea is Canadian, but for the most part, it's homegrown American players showing out in the playoffs and going deep in the playoffs.
And Canada, low key, is the United States cousins.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying that. It's because at one point it seemed like, oh, the league is going European, it's going foreign, but now we have these young black men out here, doing great things and killing the league. So I'm excited about that.
You know something? When I was in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Okay, what happened?
Well, one, Halifax, Nova Scotia is a beautiful little city. Like their second or third largest city, but only a population of 500,000 people. But the whole country rides for the Raptors. Like when I went into some stores, like they had like they're like hockey teams and stuff, and they had like some Canadian football stuff. But like in terms of basketball, that was a Raptors presence, if not big, almost in every store though. And I was like, oh, I guess they took away the Grizzlies, so I guess that's your one team you might as well ride hard from. But they like that's what I'm saying. Like Canada's a whole other country, but I could definitely feel the connection to the United States. Plus, I feel like we cousins. We got the fun. They got the fun auntie. Yeah, that's what it is. Like they got the fun, sensible auntie as their parents.
Yeah. And
we over here like I don't know what we are.
DFACS need to be called on us.
Really, we need a social worker to come pick us up.
Yeah.
And put us in foster care. Maybe, because what?
Maybe the Pope will be the Sisters American. Be like, listen, God ain't pleased. Maybe I listen to that nigga.
The Pope didn't even want to recognize that his parents might have been black. So he was like, no, we didn't talk about that, so I didn't explore. Like, cause you like what? You're of Haitian descent, my bro. Like, it's okay to just say it. Just say it.
Speaking of black,
okay.
Shout out to Nottaway.
Shut out. That was gonna be my pocket of joy. So we can talk about it now if you want. Burn down. What I love about it, so I don't really do a lot of the ancestry, like the ancestors, unless I'm joking, like the ancestors tell me to stop seasoning. But I really feel like the same ancestors that gave that young man in them Timberlands and jeans the strength to swim across that that river in the Alabama massacre. From what I read, Brian, it caught fire, and the fire department had a hard time putting it, but they put it out. An hour later, another part of the building randomly caught fire. I said, Harriet said, I'm coming back for everything that I didn't get the first time. And then it burned to the ground. Love that for us.
God is so good. He just does great things.
I love that. I mean, out of nowhere, just set on fire. See, my thing is, if you're going to preserve a plantation, turn it into a museum. Tell the history of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but y'all up here hosting weddings and doing the cha-cha slide and the do-si-do where my people's blood was shed. Get away from me with that.
Calling a resort and then lying about the history and the origin. Oh, he was a good slave master. Like,
ain't no such thing.
Nigga, please. Like,
and then when you clicked on the history tab on the website, it only talked about the trees, and the trees were named after the slave master's children.
Jesus.
It deserved to burn. And I wish that fire would went on up to them cottages and there. I wish it would have caught the whole thing. I wish it would have spread like a California fire. I wish it would have spread.
Burn it all down.
Burn it all down.
I wish somebody
let it burn. And then Jackson said, let it burn.
Let it burn.
So I heard somebody talk about the auntie concert. And they said it was good. They said that everybody got like 20 to 30 minutes. They said Gladys Knight went first because like she just stands and sings. They said Gladys like she got woke up from a. I heard actually that she Angel said Gladys like she woke up from a nap. Cat out there and sang. Now she said like both of them Gladys still got it, but she don't do nothing. She just do a couple of steps or she'd be back out. They said Stephanie Mills was the most vibrant, but of course people out for Stephanie are. Kind of like how we felt about, I hate to say this, about Yo-Yo with the reunion concert. That's not really why we're here. You know, but you get a few good songs in the meantime.
Yeah.
Then Patty came out, and Angel said that Angel said Patty did one costume change. I saw someone on TikTok say in her 25-minute set, Patty did 3 costume changes. Awesome. And it was like she was just screaming notes, holding it out to the audience, and her stage presence is phenomenal. She's a great show. Yeah. And they was like Shaka Khan came out in a sequin see-through bodysuit. But they was like Shaka Khan must have been off the drugs and her vocals was on point too. So I feel like it's probably a good show. I don't want to go to no amphitheater though. It's gonna be hot and sticky in Atlanta. And
just be uncle and wear get you a linen.
I'm gonna have to get me a linen suit with some sandals.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. And
with the Stacey Adams sandals.
Yeah, get a little fedora with a little feather in it. And, you know, wear a gold watch, nigga, and wear some glasses.
Yeah.
Men that age, they have no shame looking at women's bodies. They just be like gawking.
Yeah, that's what they be. They follow you there.
And then we'll talk to this young man and be like, hey, she got it on her, ain't she? She got it on her.
Like, she got one of them things on her, don't she?
Like, sir.
Oh.
We don't do that these days.
No, that's creep. That's creep. And you better be careful in that gym because the women be having the camera set up and you be in the background. Unbeknownst to yourself.
Question for you.
Question.
Are gingers black?
No, if you white, you white. I don't care. I ain't even looking to that mess.
So the white gingers are on TikTok. I mean, boo.
I saw, and there's one ginger who messed it up because he got in there doing from everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Yeah. But I saw one TikTok that was like white people, y'all treated these gingers so bad that they decided they wanted to pack up and be black. Like how much you treated these white people that they decided
they want to be. That's crazy.
And it's
that's
like,
crazy work.
We gotta be on the front lines. Do we need to like whatever we need to do? Like, let us be there. Like, what? How bad did they get treated? Like, they was on there crying about like the mistreatment that they got from the whites. I said,
My God. Well,
all right.
Well, nothing sounds like another day of being. You want to know what it's to be black? It's similar to that because here's the thing: if they ever had to choose between you and them or us, they gonna choose you. Mm-hmm. So you still white, you still got white privilege. Get out my face.
Yeah,
get out my face with it. Oh, wasn't Chucky on Rugrats a ginger?
He sure was. His mom.
Yeah,
was too. I think
and they treated him the worst among them toddlers.
Hold on, no. Chucky was a ginger, and I think Tommy's mom was a ginger too. Wasn't Tommy's mom a ginger? Or was she?
I think so. I don't know, but Chuck used to get so irritated with Tommy.
Yeah, Chucky used to get.
Chuck would be like, Tommy, I'm trying to go to sleep. Shut up. So good. A move. And didn't Nicholas have a show called As Told by Ginger?
What was it? I don't know.
It might have been W. I forget you're significantly older than me.
Significantly.
Yeah, It's Told by Ginger. It came out in 2000. Oh. See, yeah, you was already in college. I was
I was in high school.
I was a tender little 11. What was you about? 16?
And yeah, 2000. I was born in 85, so I was about 15.
You're 40. You're 40 in a few weeks. No, don't say this year. A couple of weeks. A couple of weeks. How you feeling? Yeah. I feel good. You already got broken limbs. As we can see, you fragile, man. God.
Listen, just trying to make it through.
Oh my God, it's fragile.
Listen, fragile.
Want me to get you some? Did you get an ARP card or something yet?
No, not yet. Not
okay.
Yet. I'll get it in the middle. You know, after.
Let me get you some fish oil.
I need
all the stuff.
The elderberry with all the things.
All the things. Do you take your multivitamins, Brian?
No.
See, I'll take my multivitamins.
I used to take multivitamins. I haven't bought any in a while. I used to take them.
You need to take your multivitamins.
I need to go back and take them though, because I feel like I'm about to ramp up in my travel for the next couple of weeks. So I need to get some.
Where you going?
I'm supposed to be going to South Florida, so Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be going to Orlando. Supposed to be going to Las Vegas. I need to go back to Maryland. I need to go back to Texas. I got a bunch of places I need to go. I need to go to California.
What part of Texas?
Well, my 3 hotspots: Austin, Dallas, and Houston. These are the areas I got to go to. So I have offices that I got to visit in those 3 places. So I was just in Austin a couple weeks ago. Well, last week?
I need to make my way to Austin.
Austin's a cool city.
Yeah, I need to go.
Airport is real easy to get in and out. You've been to Austin before?
Yeah, I've been to Austin a couple of times. Yeah, I just need to make my way back. Yeah, I got some. I'll be in LA, Detroit, Windsor, Canada. The Canadians are loving me now.
Oh, praise the Lord.
And Los Angeles.
Okay.
Los Angeles and Long Beach, but Los Angeles.
That'll be soon.
Back to Nashville, Galveston, Texas.
That's right outside of Houston. Okay.
Columbus, Ohio is on the docket.
Okay.
Charlotte.
Okay, that's up the road. Do you drive to Charlotte or you get a plane ride?
I don't drive nowhere this job sends me. when I go to Nashville, guess who's on a 30-minute flight? Me. What? Nah.
No, I do the same thing. I don't drive.
The only way I would drive if it were like, say we were going to Charlotte, and I was like, you know what, let's make it a family trip. I would probably drive in, because then I would have to buy 3 other plane tickets, and because it's so quick, I may do that for the fam. You know what I'm saying? But then again, depending on how much the tickets are, because my ticket to be paid for, the other 3 tickets wouldn't matter as much. But that would be the one way I would drive for work, if it was like super family trip, or we were going like when we go to like our original offices are in Americus, Georgia. They come to Atlanta to fly. So like you ain't got no choice but to drive. So something like that, like Macon, you know what I'm saying? Athens, if I ever had to go to them places.
Like in the not Metro Atlanta, but like Metro.
Literally within that nothing more than an hour and a half drive.
Got it. Yeah.
If it was just me personally.
Yeah.
And typically those hour and a halves outside of Atlanta are not airports, except for Chattanooga. You can get to Chattanooga in an hour and a half, but they do have an airport. But yeah, like Chattanooga might be one of the ones I would still drive just to like make it, because I think it's probably more of a hassle to get to Chattanooga by flight.
Yeah, it would make no sense to like 15. It's a 15-minute flight, like you.
Yeah, and I'm saying, do they even have flights to Chattanooga from Atlanta? Like, right. And I wouldn't want no layover to be like go to Florida just to come back to Chattanooga. That would be stupid. Yeah. So yeah, I would just drive. I think Huntsville is the same way.
Yeah. Right.
Like I feel like it's too close. Like they have a flight, but it's weird. Anyway. Song of the week.
Okay.
Spinning my spirit.
All right.
It's been all over TikTok. And I'm just going to play it. Hopefully y'all love it. And if you don't love it, hopefully you learn to love it.
If you don't know, now you know. Oh, yeah.
Let me just get to the dance. It's so dang good.
It rides so.
It rides. Lisa Knowles and the Browns got them one on that. That is Promises. Yeah. Lisa Knowles and the Browns singers, so and it's so good. I like quartet, but I'm not like a big quartet head. But that right there,
it goes.
That right there, and I'm loving the fact that they're getting the flowers that they deserve, because they've always been known, right? But like they've been either really big in the quartet space or really big in the the Mid-South, which is like Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, kind of what we call that. But now, you know what I'm saying, and Lisa Knowles has been more known, vocally by herself, but now the whole group is getting some of the love and shine that they deserve, man. And that song, and it's just a great song on top of it. It's just chef's kiss.
Shout out to her. TikTok I think is giving her a nice little boom in her singing on TikTok consistently and all that kind of great stuff. So
TikTok would do that for you if you could. I don't have the patience to be that consistent on these apps. I'm just gonna be honest. I know what it takes. I know what you have to do, but my God, it's the work that it takes.
Yeah.
To do the thing. So again, Promises by listening on the Brown singers or sisters singers, the Browns. Nevertheless, that's them. Brian, ready to go to Let's Report Talks Black Excellence?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, puzzle pieces. We're here at the Blessed Report. We shout out black folks doing great black things. Josh and I don't just celebrate and support black businesses during Juneteenth, the Black History Month. We celebrate and support black businesses 24/7, 365. And
That
this
we do.
week we are celebrating and blessing up and patronizing Jordan and Ayana Bell, 2 millennial entrepreneurs blending culture, community, and caffeine. One powerful brew. They have a business called Soul Grind Coffee Company. It's more than your average cafe. It's cafe.
Just let your soul. That just hit me real quick, bro. I'm sorry.
So silky smooth.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's a movement known for ethically sourced beans, Afrocentric branding, and a vibe that feels like your grandma's house on Sunday morning. Soul Grind is a hub for creatives, community builders, and culture shapers. You can find them right now at soulgrindcoffee.co or on Instagram at Soul Grind Coffee. So again, shout out to or bless up to Jordan and Ayana Bell, Soul Grind Coffee Co., Soul Grind Coffee. You can check them out there.
So do you know the man who sang Soul Glow Come to America is actually a white man?
Yes, I saw
that. That voice is a white man.
And look how God does things. Real quick, another bless up.
Okay.
It's graduation season. So bless up to all the 2025 graduates. My baby graduated.
Look at that!
Pre-K graduation.
Shout out.
Shout out to Brooklyn for pre-K graduation.
Shout out Brooklyn.
Who are graduating in different ages and stages. So,
Let me shout out my children. I had 2 promotions. A 5th grade promotion that's coming next Thursday. Going to the 6th grade and the 8th grade promotion. I'm about to have a high schooler and a middle schooler. Have no more children in elementary school.
That's it. That's crazy. My God.
I asked Josh how he felt, and he was like, I said, this is the last day, because his last day was Wednesday. I'm like, how did you feel? He was like, I don't know, Daddy. You know, his voice all deep now. I don't know. It's different. I said, you ready for high school? I guess. I'm just like, well, you better get ready.
Listen, because it'll come.
It's going to come. Jaden is only concerned about his clothes now, because no more uniforms. So he's trying to get out his fits right for middle school. So shout out to all the graduates. High school, middle school, elementary, pre-K, kindergarten, college, masters, law school, med school, PhDs, EDDs, the VRI, the Lamert Park College of Cosmetology, all the things.
All the things.
All the things. Santa Monica Community College, shout out Nikki Parker, everybody. Is Santa Monica Community College a real school? Or did they just name it for, okay. Okay.
Chad Ochocinco and Steve Smith actually played football for Santa Cruz.
Oh, they were JUCO.
Yeah, they were JUCO.
Interesting. What is the JUCO like? I mean, that's really a league, a little among them, huh?
Yeah, it's the JUCO league. A good amount of players who don't have the grades to go to D1, they'll stop at the JUCO level first. Like a good one guy went to high school is Delaney Walker, ended up making it to the league. He went to JUCO first, and then played a couple years at JUCO, and then went to like a random Central Valley something college, Central Valley Illinois University or something like that, and it made it to the league. So JUCO is a Cam Newton went to JUCO.
That tracks.
College right outside of
that tracks. You see how he writes?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was in a real school. Sorry, not I want to say real school. He was in a D1, got kicked out, and then he ended up having to go to a JUCO. So yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, amen. Shout out all the graduates. Shout out to the Browns.
The who?
The coffee. Soul Grind. The bells. The bells. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring a bell. You can ring my bell. See, that's the kind of stuff they talk about sex back in the day. Ring my bell. Oh, really?
Ring a ling a ling with
Well, imagine getting that text. Hey, you want to come over real quick and ring my bell? What, girl?
Do
Ding dong! Ding dong!
That's it. You have to get this ding along, this ding dong. You better get this ding dong. Ring that bell with that ding dong.
Send them doorbell emojis. Jesus.
Doorbell is ringing my soul.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, rest up. We have a rest up. A special.
We have a rest up. A special rest up. Who's on it?
The Jigsaw.
Us!
Oh my gosh.
My God.
Well.
My God.
So I'm gonna say this. So a couple of years ago, I think we said on the podcast, man, we're about to be booked and busy.
Yeah.
And I think ever since we said that, we've literally been like booked and busy. I think we've been in a space right now where it's, although I would say, I say myself, I love this podcast. It's a great place of healing, place of growth, a place of change, a place of outlet. It's kind of like, therapeutic. I do understand, like, like the strain on the schedule. I can understand, like, it's been like the like literally I think like every week you either one of us is out of town, like every week. So I guess it's bittersweet to to transition to something that has been a major part in my part of life, and in part of my identity. It's something as far as like I love being a podcaster. It's bittersweet to have to transition to something else and to not have this be a part of my weekly schedule. But it's interesting. It is interesting. So shout out to all the puzzle pieces out there who have been around for the last 5 years. 5 years.
5 years. You said it's bittersweet when you think about this song. No, I would agree, man. It's been, and we'll probably do a really reflective episode next week, and but it's been 5 strong years. Started May 28th, 29th of 2020. Brian jumped on September 2020. Yeah. We've been rolling ever since, and it's been a week. We didn't really do seasons. We were just out here recording every week. We took maybe a week off in the summer sometimes, and we took
a week off spring break.
A couple of weeks off spring break, couple of weeks off around the holidays, but for the most part, we were rolling, and we've had a lot of great times. It's been a significant part of our lives, but it's just proven to be unsustainable in the same way. So instead of like having like the last season of Martin, we decided to end on a high note.
It's like I think about growth. Like do you remember where you were, where we were when we first? Once we talk about this next week or whatever. When the podcast first started, like
oh yeah, I was unemployed.
Different jobs.
And then the pandemic, I didn't have a job.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different place, different space, different time. I think the growth has been crazy. Like
Oh yeah, from the even though we ain't end up in the studio, but just from the camera quality, the recording systems, sitting in front of the patio door with the curtains, all the recording and white beaters, all the things.
Shout out to us, man. Shout
out Gangsta Boo. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
First time you paid a little something for interview.
Something for interview. Only time we paid a little something for interview.
And comparatively, we've had bigger people than Gangsta Boo on the show, but it was payola. We did what we had to do. We had to do.
I think we paid for what she was using during our podcast. We paid for that.
She was high and getting high during our podcast. But shout out to that. We'll have a total reflective episode there. But since we are closing out, we thought it not robbery, especially since we, have there we go. Had a couple of weeks here and there where we haven't been recording. And just catch up what's going on in pop culture. So let's take y'all. I ain't done this in a while. So let's get ready and head on down and bunny hop to the billboard, and let's talk about what's going on in pop culture. All right, blacks and everybody in between, but really just the blacks. It's the last episode, so just the blacks. What's the billboard? Which is going to kind of be our living room today, too.
Strictly for the niggas.
Shout out. I want to know, since you brought that up, what was going on in Jermaine Dupri's mind when he was like, you know what? Song break. This is for the niggas. And it was like for 2 stanzas. and Latasha just back there running up and down, just running. Like, what is this? And just kick it. It don't even fit. It's like, what is going on? Oh my God. Anyway, Jermaine Dupri. Let me ask you a question, Brian, just to that, since we're here.
Let's do it.
Jermaine Dupri, or did he before the fall?
Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was more, lack of a better word, Jermaine Dupri was more hands-on.
What a way to describe him. Candy would probably say the same thing.
Messy.
Speaking of messy, since this is the culture code, why can't we have to say that about Jamal Brown and Whitney Houston? Why would you do that?
She's the messiest woman on the world. Like, I feel bad for her funeral because, like, who's gonna be there? Who's gonna speak at that funeral? Like, who's gonna mourn for Kim Burrell?
It's just like if we went to Chris's wedding and was like, "Thank you so much, Kiana, for keeping my brother from being a caretaker for the rest of his life." You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to say stuff like that.
Blind lead the blind. No,
but I mean, just blind.
Just blind.
What? We ain't got no spit and mud to put on her eyes. Just done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that during the toast. Or I wouldn't be like, you know what I'm saying, some random woman glad I didn't push that relationship. What? Why Kiana standing right there? What kind of craziness is that?
Right, kitty cats and whatnot.
Oh, that Chris, our friend Chris lived a life. He's lived a life. He's lived a life. He's lived a life.
A life well lived.
A life well lived, but we thank God.
Listen, if Chris passed away before us, we need to be able to say some things. I'm gonna tell all the stories.
I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna never go out on a high note. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fight it on a high note. Just let me preach the eulogy, Chris. Especially if you ain't got no pastor right now. Just let me.
He said, "Ain't got no church on."
I'm gonna be right down there at the funeral home, brother. Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Jesus Christ. I love you.
I needed that. We love you. Me and Brian mixed up in front of Kiana. You know we got you. Whatever you need, girl. You and Kyrie, whatever you need, whatever y'all need. We gonna look out for y'all. We told Chris we gonna take care of you. We told Chris we gonna take care of you, sis.
The life well lived.
Life well lived. Like, we can put him in them clouds on that flyer. One of them pictures looking down. Baby looking down in the picture. See that nigga looking down on us even for heaven. Even after that.
On the banner.
My God. Just smiling like a little school girl. You be up there with your Hogan soon. Nevertheless. We gonna kill our friend off though. Chris got a lot of life left to live.
A lot of life left to live.
My God. But if it so happens to he fly away before we do, we gonna send you off right, bro. We gonna send you off right. We'll send you off right. All right. Okay. Where were we?
Meg and the midget.
You were saying why you thought Jermaine was better.
Oh yeah. Jermaine. So versatility, like, and he really made the beats, really wrote the songs, really. He wrote rhymes, he wrote lyrics, like he did everything.
Yeah.
In most cases, Diddy didn't really do much. Diddy had a team. He may have added something, may have provided something, but he really didn't do a lot of the work, right? So I'm going Jermaine Dupri.
But would you go with him, even considering Bad Boy probably has some of the bigger artists?
I think it's more.
Or is that relative as well? I mean, because
I think I'm giving, because Bad Boy had big artists, but I feel like just Jermaine Dupri did more what he had. You know what I'm saying? Like Usher, Mariah Carey, Aretha Franklin. Like he had,
and he's still doing some stuff today too, low key.
Yeah, like Jagged Edge. He created artists, like, like from the ground up. Even though Diddy did that kind of with like Jodeci and stuff like that, kind of curated a look and all that kind of stuff. I feel like when it's all said and done, he can't really be like, oh, I created Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? He can't say I created Mary J. Blige. Did he have some A&R work? Of course he did some A&R work. Yeah. He wasn't, he's more executive producing than really producing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear that. No, I agree.
Yeah, I'll still get you, man.
First of all, I'd like to thank God. Second of all, I'd like to thank my whole entire Dempo family on both sides. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to tell Tupac, keep his guards up. We ride with him. And one other thing I'd like to say, any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come and
both of them niggas about to be in jail. Ain't this something? Like we're losing.
We belong together. What might you lean on when times get up?
It's crazy. It's like the music industry is like the drug game. Like either you end up dead or in jail.
Bruh, I can't wait for the documentary that chronicles it all. Like tells the story of it all.
Yeah, because you live long enough to outlive it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it never outlives you. Like, you find out stuff in your death, that stuff you did in your life, and it's like, dang, like this music industry was crazy. So like, shout out to the people who survived the music industry, because it's a crazy.
Shout out Beyonce. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. What Michelle said on that bridge? Wishing you the best. Speaking of Beyonce, you brought up Jodeci. Have you been seeing her doing the Jodeci hops on Two Hands to Heaven? I've been seeing the clips. So the song Two Hands to Heaven, she be like, hey, she been doing that. I've been away. She been doing it. Then one time she even said, she said shout out Jodeci or something. I'm like, and I found out Jodeci's Beyonce favorite male R&B group. I'm gonna lose it. But it also shows how connected she is to culture and music, and like she like Beyonce's just like us. She just don't talk to us.
Yeah. Well, and if we really think about it, like she's like in her early 40s or something like that.
Yeah, did I say 42, 43 something like that?
Yeah. She's our age. You know what I'm saying? Like in the grand scheme of things, she's
like that our peer group for sure. Yeah.
So the things that we grew up on, we lived experiences, the music we like, the food we like, most of the things that we like, she likes.
And she's from Houston. You know what I'm saying? Black Houston. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So a lot we have a lot of the same shared experience, even though like she of course, became a superstar at a young age. The same shared experiences. So nigga, she probably was watching Rugrats and
absolutely.
and all the things that we watched growing up that created and made her who she is. This is the same thing created and made her.
And her mama was a beautician, so just imagine the songs being played in the beauty shop on Saturday while she in there, right?
Without a doubt. So
Yeah.
we're all the same. And so she just has way more money than we do.
All right. Speaking of Houston, the Houston Hottie has responded to. So Tory Lanez got stabbed in jail.
My God.
I mean, they said in his lungs, in the back of his head, Brian. It was like a SUV scene. But they were saying his lungs collapsed like other things. Doctors have come out to also say that if all that happened, Tory Lanez should not have been speaking, at least as coherently as he's been speaking, if your lungs actually collapsed, especially within the next day. But I'm going to leave that for the doctors to debate on. However, people have been saying, especially since after his stabbing, with the security guard also saying that the friend actually did the shooting, putting Megan back in the spotlight. Here's the thing, and people can call me the Mark Lamont heel because they always say, Mark only takes women's sides and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. I always believe victims until and like Mark said, we believe and investigate.
Yeah.
Like the old saying says, trust but verify, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of who shot Meg got shot.
Yeah.
Let's just start there. Number two, it seems as if still, just like Kelsey at the time, Tory was still a co-conspirator in what happened. Yeah. In some way, or form, or another. And then at the bottom, even if we clear all the Tory's charges away, he had an illegal gun in his car while on probation. He was going to jail anyway. Yeah. You see, y'all see what I'm saying? So, if you didn't erase it all, he was going to jail.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, I feel like we just need to let Meg live her life. Yeah. Let the chips fall where they fall with Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't paying none of y'all. I don't know why y'all so. Actually, I've been trying to figure out why people so pressed to defend him. Is that they
And I'm gonna do something that you said not to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna discredit the victim here.
Okay.
When I first saw it, I was thinking, "Oh, he's trying to get out of jail." Fear for my safety. I'm not safe here in jail. So when I think who sent it in the group chat? I think Josh or Chris, somebody sent it in the group chat, and it said Tory Lanez has been stabbed multiple times. And the first thing I thought was one of the ways, the easiest ways or quickest ways to get out of jail or even get sent to maybe a more a friendlier or less hostile environment, oftentimes is to, especially if you are a celebrity, is to get into some type of situation, either stabbing or brutal beating, that oftentimes will get you, your attorney can file a motion problem and say, listen, jail is just too unsafe for him. These events are going to continue to happen. How about we commute his sentence, maybe give him probation or something like that, just to make it safer for him, right? Because the more brutal the thing is, but again, going to that point as far as saying he shouldn't have been talking after that. So again, not to discredit the victim, but also it seems a little suspect. We've seen things like this before, to where they're trying to find a way to get out, and the best way to get out is to claim that your safety or your well-being is not up there. So other option is put him in solitary confinement.
And nobody gonna mess with him now.
Right, he ain't gonna want that though.
He ain't gonna want that.
That's like 23 hours on lockdown. You don't want that.
Yeah.
So.
I am interested to see what this quote unquote new information does for the case. I'm just interested in anything disrupting Megan's peace. But I'm interested to see if they're going to find out if it's true that the other person actually did the shooting. And I know there's something about snitch culture. Let me tell you something. Tori. If I didn't really shoot that woman, and I knew that this other woman did it the whole time, I don't care if we were smashing, I don't care who we were. I am not going to jail for no X amount of years to protect you.
Right.
And that's just that on that. I know that's just me, right?
And that's for a woman that ain't even...
Yo, ain't your wife, ain't your long-term girlfriend, she ain't your baby mama. You know what I'm saying? The depth of the relationship doesn't even justify you potentially, right, taking the fall for that. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm snitching and going back to Canada.
Yeah, and at the very least, I'm gonna use that as a way to minimize the charges on this gun. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm doing. Going back to Canada, make me some more remixes, and I'm gonna be done.
Yeah, and in some instances, you may be able to get approved for temporary concerts or whatever. You may be able to get opportunities to do stuff like that. I would be like, man, I'm not taking a bid for nobody.
Nobody. And this is not throwing a black woman under the bus. This is protecting your own self. This is like, girl, if it's true, girl, you pull the trigger. Go to and this could have been done. Because here's the other thing. I'm gonna leave it alone after this. Meg wasn't even gonna snitch on Tory. Mm-hmm. She had this whole alibi at first, right? Until they started talking and running their mouth. Then, right, things got deeper and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and I think on top of it, I think what happened is, I think he thought his celebrity would get him off.
But he's not even like.
No, exactly.
You're not that big of a celebrity.
No, and I was listening to an interview with Gilbert Arenas and talking about how his son got in a car accident or whatever, and he was saying like, son, you're the bank, right? Like you're the paycheck. So you need to consider the fact that anything you do, like you're the. So in this case, Tory, you're the bank, bro. Why would you take a bid for something that you didn't do? If you didn't do it, why would you take a bid? You're the bank. Somebody should be taking bids for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, and this ain't like a Lil Wayne situation where Lil Wayne's gonna be able to be a millionaire for the rest of his life and be able to. You're not Lil Wayne. So Lil Wayne could have sat down for a year and a half and been straight. You're not that guy.
He's nowhere near that. The best you do is make some pretty decent remix. Like, and this is not no shade. I'm not a Tory Lanez hater. I just don't care. The music game has not suffered because he hasn't been in it.
Not at all.
The music game has already been like it's in an interesting place, and maybe that speaks to just our age now, Brian. But
yeah,
it ain't got no worse. But I'm gonna say it that way. It hasn't gotten worse because Tory Lanez has been gone. I'll say that much. Nevertheless, moving on from worse to worser, Sean Combs, formerly Puff Daddy. Did
it all like it's crazy. It all makes sense, bro. Like, and here's the thing is like everything's in plain sight, bro. It was just like the man from Chicago. Everything was in plain sight, but nigga, we was jigging to it. So
the only difference was I don't feel like Diddy used his music to like sway us away. Because Diddy wasn't giving us like I Believe I Can Fly and You Saved Me and stuff like that. But you are right. He was continually to produce music and put things out there and. But I will say, to your point though about plain sight, I think what we didn't pay attention to was them making the bands. Like that was like looking back at that, it was like
what, bro?
Oh, like, this.
But even like, let's think about this. Any rapper that left his label immediately to the church or to the mosque or to
they needed redemption.
You know what I'm saying? Quanell. You see the interview with Quanell on one of the things. Dude was breaking down like when you're breaking spirits, bro, like you're breaking somebody's spirit, like something had to happen. You're breaking grown men spirits to where they have to like go as far away from this as possible. Like what is it that you've seen or heard or dealt with to where you have to go as far as you can? And even like making of the bands, like I said, to that point, like those making the bands were crazy. They were crazy, like
and them bands are nowhere,
and all of them are crazy. Like all of them are going through like either they disappeared from the face of the earth, or they are crazy. Like there's no sane person that was on Bad Boy, like that's in the spotlight right now. That is just like just living life normal. Like this.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate. It's ridiculously interesting. None of it is surprising.
No.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say about it, and this is like how I've been wrapping my mind around it. For the FOs, or the freak-offs, as they call them, if you're nasty like that, and you consent to that type of group activity, like consent, that's your business, right? I'm not going I may side eye you because of the freak offs, but if people were willing to engage in it, it's the way that they were set up. It was, from what I'm hearing in testimonies, it's the the recording and using the recordings as like
blackmail.
as blackmail and leverage, right? It is the beating when they didn't want to do it and the coercion that goes into that. And I've been seeing a lot of people, particularly, this is going to be a part of my greater conversation, but I'll say it now. Black men, we got to stop asking women, particularly, why did she just leave? Why did she stay? Why did she do that? Here's the thing. And I know it's levels to this, but abuse, physical abuse, does so much to the mind and the psyche and the emotions that and then statistics have also shown that particularly among women, when they get ready to leave, that's when they are the most vulnerable. That's when most of them die, when they get ready to leave. So it is not a matter of, oh, I'm going to get up and walk out the door.
Bro, manipulation, gaslighting, love bombing, all these things exist and have been happening for years. Like, have you ever loved someone or like imagine like tomorrow Ash just acts differently. You'd be like, what? Like, huh? Like because she's been this way for so long, it's like, oh, this is just an aberration. This is like she's having a bad day. Right? You would be like, and then it could persist, but it's like, I'm here. I'm stuck. Like, I want to go somewhere, but also in some cases this is comfortable. Like, I've been in I'm gonna use the Bible scripture. Peter was like, Jesus, we leave you, where we gonna go? Like, we've been here for 3 years, where we gonna go now? Like, all these are emotions of, so when people be like, why didn't you leave? Like do you, there's love there, there's a feeling there's emotion there, even if you've been abused, like there's still something. Have you ever seen a kid to where their parents strung out on drugs and all that kind of stuff? They still love their parents. Like, there's something inside of you that if anything, you want them to be better. You want things to be different. You want things to go back to where they were.
Yeah, so you want things to change.
So for people that be like, I couldn't you like nigga, like unless you've been in that situation,
you can't say what you would or wouldn't do.
I don't know nobody that's ever been abused, right? And I may be wrong. They got abused, and they didn't have the story or the testimony of, like, I wanted to leave, but I felt like I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
especially people in long-term abusive relationships. There are some people who experience somebody hitting them, be like, it only took one time, but that's a different level of strength. But people, like most abusers, though, don't start off with the slap on date 1 or date 2. And they don't always start off physical. It start off emotional. It start off mental, and then it eventually leads to that. And then at that point, you're so scared.
Yeah, but
what I've seen anyway, right?
Yeah. And abusers are great people. Like, this, lack of a better word, are great people to them. Like, in terms of, there's something in them that they'll do, like the love bombing. You'd be like, oh, this reminds me of a better day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, they're gonna change. They're gonna do this and that. Like, all. So I think, again, like the blaming the victims thing, like I've been seeing stuff on talking about, all kind of crazy stuff online right now. Like,
and the other thing about that too, Brian, is that two things can be true. Like, in one instance, I think Cassie testified that in the beginning she enjoyed the free calls.
Yeah. But
then as they got more, she's like, I didn't want to do that anymore. Yeah. Two things can be true, because here's the thing: if you're in a relationship there, you're open and you're swinging, you may be like, okay, cool, this is my thing, and you can get to a point where, you know what? Just think about regular monogamy, or guys who are out here, quote unquote, in the streets. You may be like, I'm in the streets, I'm gonna smash this girl, and you may get to a point like, you know what? I want to settle down. Yeah. Your mind can change, but in abusive, coercive, manipulative relationships, your mind changing isn't really up to you anymore. Yeah. Right? Because they're going to do things to pressure you, to convince you, to coerce you, to manipulate you, to blackmail you into doing what they want to do. And now you're saying, like they read their text, you're saying yes because you don't want to get hit. Yeah. You're saying yes, or you're saying, oh, I love you. You're responding. Again, this happens in real relationships. How many times we responded in a certain way to somebody just so they can stop talking, or just so we can move on? But in this case, it's like, I'm afraid of my life. I'm afraid of these videos getting out. I'm afraid of, XYZ consequence. Yeah. And that's the thing that usually in many cases keeps them coming back, keeps them staying, and they I feel like they also lose a sense of reality because most also when we see people who struggle with sexual abuse, they have a very tainted or a slanted version of what love via sex is.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Right, so they're like, so if you don't slut me out, you don't love me, right? Because that's what they learn. Like they've been conditioning, these are all things, and people who don't read, who are not well educated, like this isn't my level of expertise, but I know enough to know that these things happen to where, yes, Cassie may have been complicit in one area, but it does not excuse all the terrible things that this man has done.
Yeah, can I take it a step further too?
Yeah.
Oftentimes, abuse too is there's a level of degradation to where they're stripping down your image of self as well. So even think about in her, who else is gonna want me? You know what I'm saying? As fine as she is, who else is gonna want me after I'm with this wealthy person? So I already did, like, who else is gonna want me after all this stuff that I've been through? And people that have been in, especially in relationship abuse, they're taught ain't nobody's gonna want you.
Ain't nobody gonna love you like me. Ain't nobody gonna treat you like this.
Ain't gonna treat you like, and that's what it is. So it's a mental thing. And if we want to go spiritual, if you think like soul ties are a thing, right? Like you've been doing all this tying up, you know what I'm saying? Like it's even harder to like break free from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's so many levers. So screw you to everybody who's out there like that has
after saying that stuff.
Like, like I have no ability to. I wasn't in there. Been it. I ain't in it. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to be in a situation like that. So I'm gonna leave my, again, as Mark Lamont Hill said, like I'm going to, you know, if they say they've been abused,
I'm gonna believe them.
I'm gonna believe.
And we're gonna investigate and figure out what those details are, and we're gonna hopefully prosecute and push for justice accordingly.
Right, and that's what's happening right now. We're at day 11. That's what's happening. I'm you know, we'll see what happens. Are you listening to Bad Boy?
So before I get into that, I want to go off on one more thing people have been saying, and that was you knew who Diddy was. Why would you even go? And they made I think I was listening to Mark Lamont Hill on Joe Budden. And he was like, you know, I would wear my chains in the hood. And Mark was like, but what if you didn't know? What if you did know, but wearing chains in the hood means that you get your chain snatched?
Right.
Right. What if you just heard this on rap songs? And he was like, it's the same thing. He was like, everybody knew who Diddy was, but what if you weren't as familiar with some of the background talk? Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of folk in the industry who may have heard rumblings, but also didn't maybe not have experienced what everyone else experienced. The same thing with Cosby, right?
Yeah.
Felicia Rashad was like, ain't nobody peeled me. But it doesn't change the, well, even Rudy. It didn't happen to me, but it didn't change the other women that it happened to. And it's the same thing. It's like, so you say, I wouldn't even go. Why would you go? Why would you get engaged? Because one is like,
Nick, like, okay.
Because that's the thing. Yeah, go be honest.
We're say we're in our 20s, right?
Yeah.
We're at a club, right? Diddy, 30 bad ones, bad women. Like we're single, bad girls, like tough, Instagram models, whatever it is, right? Corinne Steffens of the world, right? And he's like, we going back to the spot with these girls. What are you gonna say?
At 20 years old,
you going, and then when you get there, you probably doing the thing, and then who knows, you could be getting drugged, and then you on video camera, so sometimes you can be getting into things being a naive person, or even a person who's just like, we're going here to orgies.
We're going to kick it. Because here's the other thing, I don't believe everybody's name who's in those reports were engaged in terrible behavior. Right. I believe they were at the parties. Bro, they went. And they left, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so layering, again, how you do things in plain sight. So you may have the Diddy parties, right? But then you have the Diddy parties.
You got the Diddy party, then you got the freak offs. And you didn't get invited to the second part. Right. Or you didn't stay.
But here goes the thing is you're inviting the people like TD Jakes to the Diddy parties, right? Because it's like, oh no, if TD Jakes is at the party, it's all above.
Yeah, if Denzel is coming to the party, we know it's great, right?
So you're inviting. It's kind of like the drug dealers who have the what's it called? The bodega. They have the storefront.
Nigga, the laundromat.
The laundromat. Power. Nigga, we use Power as an example. Ghost had the nightclub. But the nightclub was a front for the drug gang. So all these Diddy parties could have been the front for the freak offs. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can be thinking I'm going to the Diddy party, right? Then people start leaving, and then.
And it could have also been a way to gauge who else we can invite. But again, it's because even I think Denzel said it. Andrew Denzel was like, "Yeah, I went, but I ain't stay that long." And that was the end of his response. He was like, "I knew the league, but everybody don't know." And Denzel never said, I coached them to leave." Denzel was like, "I left. I knew what was up." Right.
Yeah,
so my point.
Some people know, some people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Some people know, some people don't. And then some people unfortunately find out in the worst of ways. And some people, when you got discernment, you can pick up like.
Oop, something wrong. Let me get about here.
I mean, because I do ever like I'm gonna use this as a totally opposite example, but just how vibes can change. I've been at networking events, and it's like, "Hey, how you doing?" on LinkedIn, and then when the clock strikes about 9:15, the DJ switches, the lights get darker. Right, the mood is different. We ain't asking for LinkedIn, but they asking for Instagram handles, and phone numbers. You know what I'm saying? And even though that's all above ground, the vibe changed, right? So I can almost imagine there was probably a certain point in those parties where it was like, "Well, time to go," or even if you didn't know it was time to go, you probably could sense something is different. But and it's still not an excuse to get manipulated. My point is that if you lack the knowledge, if you are genuinely green or not connected, then being in the space wasn't your fault. And again, even if I'm in this, just like Mark Lamont Hill said, even if I wore it in the necklace in the hood, it doesn't excuse the nigga who wronged me.
Yeah, exactly.
That still don't absolve them of robbery at the end of the day. So you can say whatever you want to say, you shouldn't have been there. No, I shouldn't have, but he also shouldn't have robbed me.
But so just, let's close it all up. So I could have went to the freak off, but you videotaping me and then using it as like blackmail. I'm now a victim. I was a consenting adult
in this, but now you done took this other stuff.
And then you could have been using that against me for years. You know what I'm saying?
Years. On top of the fact, because we got the trafficking charges, that you getting people across state lines and other stuff to come in to do these things. Like, there is a network happening here, and I'm just deciding to show up and have some fun with 2-3 other people, not knowing the inner workings of all this stuff. And now that I've done it the one time, to your point, I'm locked. I'm stuck.
You're stuck. Because now it's like I know something about you, and again, it's power. It's people in power.
It's power.
It's power.
The imbalance of power. Yeah.
And the thought of this person can make or break my career. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're.
And that's not always an easy decision for you to be like, I don't care, right?
Because my nigga, like, and we might have to skip some of that, but I come from Atlanta. Right? I come from Meridian, Mississippi. We'll transition later. I come from Meridian, Mississippi. Moved to LA, chasing my dreams.
Yep.
Get caught in this situation. I can't go back to Meridian, bro. Like, I either got to make it or I'm done. Like, there's nothing else. I got to work at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that are in this industry usually ain't go to college. They usually don't have no fallback plans. It's either make it or not. It's either make it or not. And some people may say like, I'm willing to my integrity or whatever, but sometimes it's not necessarily you let your integrity go. You had a moment of a normal human interaction, right?
Yeah.
And then now you get victimized somehow. So like, so many layers to this thing, but like it's annoying to me, the people on the sideline
just talking and not even having an idea around the context around. Like, this is probably the last time I ever talk about it publicly, but I know enough to know that Cassie don't get the blame, or any of the victims particularly don't get the blame in this.
20-year-old me in LA, I would have got caught up in something like that. You got all these bad women we're gonna go smash? Sir, sign me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we being honest, let's be honest with ourselves.
All right, you brought up Meridian, Mississippi, so let's drive on down to Meridian and shout out Jamal Roberts, the winner of American Idol Season 23, a gym teacher from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Lost Sunday best twice.
He did.
And came back. I will say this, and people was like, see, that's what happened. You try to do it through the church. And I'll be like, if you go back and watch some of those Sunday best videos, though, he was not as polished.
He was not.
Now, he could sing back then. He could still sing, but it was more just raw talent. That man, you could tell, went and worked on his craft.
He was in the incubator. Like, he worked
on his craft. And he came out and he delivered.
Bro, even from the audition on American Idol to the first, it's like singing on American Idol, it was a completely different performance.
Because he did Mary Jane, right?
Yeah, he did Mary
His audition, yeah.
But he didn't have the swag as he had, like, and then he got to the thing, and then like crushed it. But you can see every episode he got more comfortable in his performance. So it was like, oh, but like, so he realized he was great. He already had the talent.
Yeah.
But bro, like,
because I saw people saying, well, that's what happened in Trump. We didn't pick him. He wasn't the best candidate in neither one of those seasons.
At all. Like, he had, we did the Jodeci joint. I mean, nailed it. But other than that, it wasn't nothing remarkable. This joint, it's not the church. I think it's just it's timing. And we think about divine timing. Like, sometimes you need to go through things, go through failures, go through struggles to work on your craft, right?
To be better.
To be better. And it was the opportunity. Like, there were people on that show who had major Instagram and Twitter followers and TikTok followers. We had the dude from the Walls group on there. Like, there are people out there who had bigger, because now they kind of recruit folks on the show. But like, it was evident that he was the best performer on that show, and he had worked on his craft to be on that show.
Yeah, absolutely. He deserves this moment, man. Like you said, it was all about timing. You can tell that gift had been developed. I loved that he had the full circle moment with Kirk. Yeah. I really appreciated that. And I'm glad Kirk didn't lean into that, like, oh my God, we missed out on an opportunity. Kirk was like, nah, man. Like, this is your moment now. Like, you've earned this. You've worked. Because, again, if we honest, you weren't good enough to be Sunday best.
You weren't.
From a competition standpoint. It's okay. Yeah. But that's also a moment of wisdom to people out there, particularly lazy people who are just naturally gifted and talented at things.
Yeah.
Talent is not enough.
Yeah.
Because Jamal Roberts effectively could sing down however long Sunday best was. Right, because we had Sunday best since 2021, right? That was the last season, the pandemic season.
I think so.
So I think that was the second season he was on, right? So in 4 years, right, the man took the advice of Kirk or whoever else he was being coached by, and then when he went back home, working on his craft, and came out and became what is effectively the biggest singing competition show in the United States. And American Idol never got the best track record with artists and their futures. However, it is still very huge. And understanding how social media is different now, I'm interested to see what his career is going to be. Everybody, I really do feel like he's going to have a very Fantasia-esque career. So I'm excited for him.
He should. Like, I feel at this point, like, he's got the attention of mainstream artists, gospel artists. He's got the attention of a lot of folks. I feel like the iron strikes right at this point, and this is the time, the opportunity. My question is going to be, what genre is he going to slide into? Like, is he going to be Fantasia, like you said, and do R&B with like a soulful spin to it, or is he going to do like the gospel-y? I think Southern Soul might be like a good lane for him, because now that country is real big right now. I don't think we have Southern Soul. We have the Neo Soul, we have the R&B, but I think he can really do a good Southern Soul, almost ode to Temptations-y, Anthony Hamilton, like that kind of joint. I think he can be good. So, and let me say this: how the anointing is crazy too. Like, he's singing "Beauty and the Beast," nigga. I'm over there going up in the house, like, just like off of just the sheer anointing, and like how even the song that he had to sing regarding like the heel joint, like he turned into like a gospel number, and like it goes up. So shout out to that. Shout out to American Idol for being super progressive in their open.
They were good this year. They were very open.
With like Jesus was on display.
They did a whole Easter episode. We said it, like, what?
It's crazy to me. Like, they dug deep into that gospel bag.
But I think, even though I agree, because you said this before about the other guy had no versatility because he only sung gospel, but I think we have to be open with the fact that, like, while the country artists may have sang more of the country songs, you can hear in their voice they're going to be a country singer.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to embrace. Like, I still feel that young man should have probably, even if he's saying just inspirational love songs or whatever, like, you know, to just show your versatility. Because there are songs in the rock and the R&B genre that could have been very positive at a farm. You didn't have to think about sex, right? You didn't have to go there, right? Nevertheless, that was his choice and he made it. But what I love about him, though, is that in American Idol is that some of the artists like Carrie Underwood, love her or hate her because she was a hater this season. She went on to be a country artist, right? These artists are going to find a genre typically to fall into. So I say that to say I appreciate them embracing gospel more because, like, even though Fantasia didn't go gospel, she very well could have, right? And been killing gospel since Heaven Only Was when she won, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson could have done the same thing with her loud self. She could have, but she could have really been out here killing the gospel game. But Jennifer Hudson sounds like a whole bunch of women we've seen, at her in church. She has that gospel voice. So, but she went out there and did her thing. She showed her versatility. She was Effie, right? What are you laughing at?
Her loud sound.
Because she is loud. Jennifer's just loud. She's loud. But you know what? I've grown to love that about her. Because she's just, I don't want her to sing. It mimics, what I love about Jennifer's loudness that sometimes it shows her lack of versatility. But what she's been able to do in her career, singing-wise, because that talk show is left for debate. But singing-wise and acting has been able to show the range of what she's been able to do. Yeah. Because like Aretha wasn't that loud, but she played Aretha and played Aretha well.
Yeah,
right?
She did a good job.
Effie was loud.
I want, on my bingo card this year, I want Shannon Sharp and Jennifer Hudson to interview one another. I want that.
Wow.
Because I just want to see how bad that can be. I want that train wreck. I want that. They're the same person. I want that train wreck in my life. I want to see that. Asking dumb questions for no reason.
So a little birdie told me that you got on a red hoodie. How does that hoodie feel on you? God, what?
I see that it says 901, and you're from Memphis. Is that a Memphis thing? Like,
I got a Memphis thing. So Michael B. Jordan's Sinners just came out. Tell me how it feels to be an actor.
Like, what?
What are you talking about?
Her and Shannon Sharp are the worst interviewers of all time.
The worst thing for Shannon when he told Amanda Seals, well, your mama white. No, she not. Well, your daddy white. No, he not.
They not. They start showing like,
bro, she's just light skinned. Her parents are not white. What are you talking about?
They start shuffling the cars together. Like, let me go to the next question.
You never met Seals. You remember that clip I sent you? She said, I don't like her. She don't like me. Talking about Issa Rae.
Yeah.
We're never getting a movie or a reboot or anything. And if we do, unfortunately, Tiffany's probably going to get killed off, or
the reunion would be at her funeral.
Or it'll be like when Girlfriends when Tony left, and Tony just never came back, and they just kind of alluded to the fact that she moved away, and blah, blah, blah. It'll be something like that. Yeah. But I really wish, I don't think everybody needs to be friends. I'm not going to say I wish they were friends, but I wish that it wasn't this space that it was in. Because I don't think Issa's going to give us anything else on Insecure. But it's something about kind of knowing, like, now that this beef has been public, going back and watching the episodes, be like, and they don't even like each other. Like that's in the back of my mind. It's in the back of my mind. Yeah. Now when I'm watching it. And kind of seeing how the rest of the cast and crew, like when they be getting together, even when Issa's not present, Amanda still don't be there. And it's like, oh, you don't mess with. It's something. We will never know the whole truth. And nobody else is saying yes, no, maybe, whatever. So, but I definitely feel like, I don't know.
Amanda's the problem. Amanda has a problem with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're being honest, she has a problem with everybody. And like, I don't know. I think, not to disparage her, but I feel like she's the problem.
We'll never know. Shout out Insecure. I was on a plane, Air Canada, and they had season 4. When I tell you, I watched them 3 episodes just laughing and reminiscing. And it is amazing. It is amazing, and it's never going to die. Speaking of things that need to die, is the beef between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, but I don't think it's going anywhere either. Caitlin Clark beat the Indiana Fever in a 93-58 victory, and led the Indiana Fever a defeat over Chicago Sky, 93-58. That is significant. But a flagrant foul by Clark on Angel sparked tensions. Caitlin tried to walk off. Angel got up and tried to book, and it's all over the media. And now they're saying one of your favorites, Brian, RG3, is saying that Angel hates Caitlin. She didn't respond that way. Okay, we'll hold that part for a greater conversation. But I'm going to stick with the player. They both said the refs got it right. Move on. I'm going to also stick with Angel and say, this is basketball. Mm-hmm. This is sports. Stuff happens, right? And I think what I hate about society is that, like, if that would have happened in the NBA, like when one of the guys got up and tried to, it would have been like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. It would have been a thing and it would have been gone. But now, Angel is this bad role model. She hates this white girl. Like that, we always amplify issues between women that we would never amplify between men. And that's the real part. That's the real Messiah. And not only that, but now you have this victimization of what we try to maintain and romanticize Caitlin Clark in a way as if she can never do wrong. You're keeping this purity of this white woman here while villainizing Angel Reese as if Angel Reese ain't getting triple doubles in games too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may have lost, but it's like this woman is sitting out here killing. Like, people are watching these games just as much for Angel as they are for Caitlin, right? So
yeah, and I agree with that. And I think that what the problem is, like, Angel Reese is not as good as Caitlin, in terms of like basketball skill. People talk about missing free.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kind of stuff, which I get it. They play two different positions. I get it. I think my issue is when it goes. People are taking it outside of that. Like, y'all getting into stuff calling Angel Reese ghetto and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. It's just basically you're two different women from two different sets of the world, and you want to pit that and make it an issue. If it's just basketball, let it just be basketball. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I think other social issues need to be discussed, because this is like a microcosm of the way America is. People are just throwing things in there. But if we're being honest, Caitlin Clark is a good player.
Yeah.
Angel Reese, in my opinion, is a good player.
Yeah.
The whites love a group, white hope. They love one. And we're going to ride for Angel Reese. Like, it is what it is. Like,
And here's the thing, and if they don't like, it is okay, just like we talking about Issa and Amanda.
Yeah.
At the surface of it all, it is okay if they don't like each other.
And I don't want them to. Women's basketball is what men's basketball used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're here to play. Ain't friends who are friends. They might have girlfriends on the same team though. That's interesting.
That's wow.
They do. It's true.
I know. But my point is that, like, I don't necessarily want to see y'all boxing, you know what I'm saying, on the game, but, like, I ain't gotta like you. And it's okay. And here's the thing, if Brian bumped into me versus somebody I don't like bumping to me, then my response rate is gonna be a little different, right? Because the emotions are different. But at the end of the day, those kind of flagrant fouls happen. People respond, people want to fight. Because if I got hit in the nuts, I want to get up and swing on you too. Like, if you push me down on the ground and I like it on purpose, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these things, it's reactionary. So,
yeah.
Shout out WNBA.
Shout out.
I'm glad that they're making their money and it's growing, and more talented women are coming into the league and doing their things. And Dar Staley says she's never going to the WNBA. She said it's because she enjoys the youth and that's her opportunity to mold the youth. But that's because, girl, the WNBA coaching salary ain't as high as yours.
Listen.
That's what the real tea is. They can't pay you what South Carolina can pay you, okay?
So what? Because let her win another championship or two. That whatever contract she signed recently, that thing's getting ripped up. Like,
if she moves anywhere, I would love just for the history of it all, I would love her to go to like a men's NCAA team.
Yeah.
Just to be, you know what I'm saying, just to make that mark. Not to say that one is better than the other, but to make that mark like a D1 men's team, and then like let her win, like go, at least even go to the tournament, bro.
Yeah. I feel like college is where she needs to stay. I want her to make as much money as she can. I love Dawn Staley with all my heart.
Absolutely.
I love her.
Absolutely.
She's for us. She's by us. She speaks up for us. She deserves all the.
She should just go ahead and hire Lisa Leslie as her assistant coach.
Respect.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Since Lisa didn't want to get, WNBA didn't want to give Lisa a chance.
Yeah.
Going to the, and you know how many transfers would happen if you had Dawn Staley and Lisa Leslie on your coaching staff?
The recruiting is crazy.
It would be dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. All right, we talked about. Go ahead.
I'm surprised she's not on the coaching staff at USC, which is wild.
Who, Lisa?
Like, yeah. Like,
is she friends with the coach over there, or you just think just because of the school it should happen?
Because she went to the school.
Yeah.
Like you know, like if I'm the coach, never mind. Because the coach would have to be secure in their job. Dawn
to have a Lisa Leslie.
You're right.
Yep. Especially, ain't they coach a white man?
I don't know. I just follow Juju. I love Juju, but I don't.
Probably. Okay. So we talked about Juju being black. We had enough of that. Met Gala 2025. Let's find this conversation out. It was Black Dandyism.
Yep.
The official theme was superfine Taylor Black style. We're gonna manifest that our boy Thrash gets invited to one of these things. The man be putting on clothes.
Yeah.
The man be putting on clothes. Shout out Thrash.
Yeah.
But you know, if I could be a little messy, I was looking for Fosworth Bentley.
He been silent.
But like this would have been the Met Gala he would have thrived at.
Yeah.
You know who else wasn't there? And this was not on some non-messy stuff. His name just slipped me. Just that quick. The classic man.
Jadena.
Jadena was not there. I don't need no music, so I don't want to spark him up for that. But like, he should have been there.
Yeah, of all events. And I will say, Coleman Domingo.
Can we talk about Coleman, how he actually disappointed me at the Met Gala?
I think because
it wasn't bad, but I was like,
okay, let me see. Okay, I think because what he wore, he normally wears that. It didn't feel like he did it up.
Okay, I didn't get that. I got like, oh. Like, it wasn't bad, but I didn't get like that's just normal because like he kills it all the time, but usually each time I'm still impressed. This time I was just like, oh.
There was one young man that had me thoroughly impressed.
That dancing Idris with the sports thing, Lewis Hamilton.
Who was the guy's name?
That young man had on a suit.
Let me see. Who was this person?
And I'm gonna throw this out here: the women actually outdressed the men. And this was dandyism and tailored suits. And then women came with it.
Yeah.
With it.
You know Tiana Taylor gonna steal the show always.
Tiana Taylor did well. I like Tiana Taylor.
Is it Keith? Wasn't it Keith?
Keith Powers?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in New Edition.
Oh, I love that outfit.
He had a nice. I actually want a halter blazer with a fit. Like I like that look. I don't know where I would wear it to, but I like that look.
It was dreamy. Like it had all the wide leg pants, but it was like if you would have made that right and made the pants like tailored, like traditional tailoring, it would have been a perfect outfit. But like, it's the dandyism that elevated, and you got rid of the collar, and you made like it's.
It was he was here. He killed it. I loved him.
That was my favorite because my thought process was like, oh, I could wear that. Like I would wear that. Like,
but that's why I like Lewis Hamilton's. Like it was like classic white, but it was tailored to perfection, and it was like these subtle nuances. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful suit. I actually really enjoyed Tracy Ellis Ross's suit too. I feel like the pants could have been a little bit more slim because they were so big and bulky that it kind of looked cartoony. But I liked the look that they were going for. The other beautiful thing about the Met Gala in like just thinking about its concept is that not only are they getting like luxury designers, but these people are making these suits one of a kind for them for this moment.
yeah.
Like when Tracy showed her outfit, I think Marc Jacobs did it. Bro, that choice said buy Marc Jacobs for Tracy in the tag.
Whew.
Like that's yours.
Question for you though.
That's yours.
So does the Met Gala work to where the designers have a table? Did that have?
I know nothing about the Met Gala besides the fact that there's a theme and people come dressed.
Okay, because my issue, if that's not the case, right? So say for instance, if
and it's a fundraiser. That's the only other part I know.
So if it's a situation where you can wear whatever you want to wear and you're not sponsored by a table or anything like that, who are the black designers?
I don't think that there's table sponsorship only because they're so like the big name people get called out, but then you have like just like Gucci made this or Louis made. You know what I'm saying? Like so. I don't know that's a thing.
Where are the Thrashes of the world that are making this? Because this would have been an event to where if he ain't on the carpet, this was an event where he should have been. He should have been.
Well, I think the boy, your boy who just could keep power. I don't know if he wore black labels, but I think I saw a video of him on TikTok. That's how I knew you was talking about. He was designed by a black stylist, like Law Roach. You know what I'm saying? Was there? So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that suit Zendaya had on was, but he put it together. Yo. So I think that there is some opportunities there now. Now Thrash does make clothes too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So to your point, but I think it's one of those things to where because the Met Gala is so high profile, I think two things are happening. Either you got the Law Roaches of the world who are doing the styling, or you got like the Marc Jacobs, the Louis Vuitton house, reaching out to Tracy, to say, we want to put you in this because we know you're going to get attention. So some of your lower status celebrities are maybe wearing black people stuff, but they didn't get the interviews. And unfortunately, here's the thing, two things could happen with them too. Unfortunately, their suit wasn't as it might have been nice, but wasn't as stand out.
Yeah.
Or they didn't get the press to show the standout suit because they could have been killing it and nobody took their picture and because it was more than the 30 people that we saw right at the gala. So I don't know. That's interesting, but I feel like maybe that's the next, especially with Black Dandyism. I know if I was of the status, I probably would have been pushing. Knowing who I am today, and if I got invited, I would have probably called Thrash. Just knowing who I am today, because that's my connect.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he always has a homeboy from what's that? Sorry, his new favorite show, Abbott. He dressed
Christopher Tyler Jane, whatever it is. He had that boy together, and that be custom. He did Saturday Entertainer. He did a couple celebrities. Yeah,
he has him together.
And he has a very interesting silhouette too, like really wide shoulders and very slim, but he's tall and you feel like he has a longer torso, and that's where tailoring comes in, because when you have that interesting silhouette and shape and you get stuff to fit you, so that off the rack ain't gonna do it like you need to be done.
Like that's the line of life though, is to have tailor-made suits. Like that's what I want.
Yeah, I feel like we're at the place where we can access, but not in the quantity that I would like.
Yeah.
Like I probably could go get one now, but I can't put like 10 in my closet right now.
No. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's something I would love. I would love to have a tailor that creates all my stuff. Cause there'd be looks that I wanted. There'd be like looks that I want, and even like now, where do you buy your dress shirts at now?
I haven't bought an actual dress shirt in a while. The last couple of suits I've worn like either t-shirts or really a tee. It may have been a more fancy tee, but a tee. I haven't worn a turtleneck in the winter. I haven't worn the last suit was when I got installed last year, and that was just a classic white shirt that I bought. I think I got from Macy's or something. It wasn't. Yeah, I haven't bought. And then anytime I have worn like more of a dress shirt, it's one that ain't too little, because I've been gaining a little weight, so my neck is a little thicker. Yeah. So it's like one of the ones that ain't too little. Like I don't know. I would probably start off at the places I know, like Macy's and Nordstrom's.
Okay.
And then from there, try to figure out where else to go. Yeah. Maybe Suit Supply. I would try.
Maybe because I have plenty of white shirts. I have a lot of white shirts, but I want some like stripes. I want some other.
I would probably try Suit Supply. And maybe you gotta elevate that thing and go to like the Bloomingdale's or something.
Maybe Chris or Joseph.
No, Joseph Banks.
Joseph Banks. They don't have. So I get my blazers.
They have some nice blazers, yeah.
I go straight to the clearance rack, and you can get a nice blazer on clearance, like $50. And it's like a $400 blazer. They mark it down.
You know who has decent online stuff, but their in-store is terrible?
Who?
It's actually Men's Warehouse.
I can believe that.
And I'm gonna tell you how I know, because they had some. One of my favorite loafer brands now, outside of Cole Hunt's just goated, but GH Bass, love their loafers, and I be seeing like the ads and stuff to pop up, and sometimes it be Men's Warehouse because I usually buy GH Bass straight from their website, but sometimes the Men's Warehouse website will come up and I'll click on it. So one time, I think it was Easter, I was looking, so I said, "Oh, let me see if Men's Warehouse got this shoe." Bro, that Men's Warehouse was so terrible. They weren't doing nothing but trying on tuxedos for young people. And the store was so bad. But if you go on their website, they got all these suits and all these different things. And I think Men's Warehouse got the reputation for being like cheap and tuxedo rental. But they carry some decent brands still. You just can't shop in the store. Yeah. So maybe that's the thing too.
Yeah, I need some more dress shirts. I want to do some things.
Yeah.
I wear suits like to work all the time. And even now to work suits to church. Like I feel like I need a variety. I have like blues, whites, and I just want some like different type of dress shirts. Well, I don't know how we got here, but yeah, it's question.
No, it's fine. So, but right now, speaking of suits, since we're there, I'm just gonna stick with getting really quality suits and going to the tailor and getting them cut and widened or slimmed or whatever.
What style are you wearing right now? Are you wearing a straight or are you doing?
So in suits, and I'm going to be the guy for in terms of a suit. It's going to be a pretty classic cut. I don't know that I'm going to be like. I don't know that I ever wore extra slim suits that were tight on my body. Right. That was never me. But a tailored look is what I will always go for with a suit. I'm not getting necessarily wide leg, baggy jacket. Something about a suit that don't. If I was doing some specific type of like boho-esque event and it called for that, then maybe I would go like the ASOS.com and buy one of those suits and wear it in that style. But you better believe that was event specific, and I'm probably gonna get it cut after that event is over to make it fit. But in terms of like my regular suits, I'm going straight up. Now the suit I wore to Jason's wedding, those pants were a little wider, and I got them taken in some. But I wasn't leaving them. I can't do the one. Now I have some pants like that, but I don't wear it as a suit. I've worn it like with a nice slim top or something to kind of build contrast in the fit. But my suits are a mistake, and I can't go too baggy on the pants either. I don't like it.
Yeah, same.
Not the real baggy.
I like a nice tailored fit.
Yeah, like jeans. I'll go like a straighter leg jean. Not necessarily skinny jeans, but yeah, my suits, bro, and even my chinos, I kind of need a. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What I will say, what's harder for me though, is that with the weight gain from the gym, is that some of the pants that are a little wider are fitting better in the thigh, so I've been getting them slim, tapered down the leg, so that they can kind of fit. But I've been liking the room in the thighs, because if I don't have to go buy a size 34 just to fit my thighs, but then they big in the waist and wide everywhere else, like that's the terrible part about this part of the journey. Yeah, but that's kind of where I'm at. So that's the plus side of these new kids and their style.
Got it.
Nonetheless, but that's been the Billboard / Living Room. All right. Pockets of Joy.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
All right.
You couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. You could never ever bring me down. Couldn't do it then. Couldn't.
All right, Puzzle Pieces. We're here at the place and space where we talk about things we've done, doing, or planning on doing to bring us intentional joy. We call it Pockets of Joy. Josh, what are you done? What are you doing or planning on doing to bring you intentional joy?
Yeah, so my grandma's coming to town Saturday or tomorrow, whenever you're listening to this. And my dad and grandma, my mom was unable to come, unfortunately. She works in the import-export business, and the Trump terrorists has their job going crazy right now. So she couldn't take off. They need like an all-hands-on-deck situation. So unfortunately, mom's not coming, but my dad and grandma will be here, which is cool. So always, my grandmother always said, I don't like to think about demise, but I am wise enough to know that she has more years behind her than in front of her. So as much as I can spend time with her, I enjoy doing that, and especially having her in my home. It's like full circle moment, giving back. Grandma took care of us, we take care of her. Right. But my grandma is, a very active woman, so she gonna cook, she gonna do something. So I'm gonna let her do her thing, and I'm gonna actually see if she wanna cook dinner one night, cause her like go-to meal is smothered chicken, greens, and sweet potatoes. I'm gonna let her do her thing. I'm gonna let her do her thing, cause she's also from the generation like you ain't just for them. I need to pay my way.
Yeah.
I gotta do something, right? So if she has the strength and want to do it, I'm gonna let her do it. So I'm gonna enjoy that. And then, as I mentioned to you offline, I'll probably throw some stuff on the grill Sunday. Nothing huge, no party type vibes. Just a couple of racks of ribs, some chicken. I think I looked in my freezer. I got a pack of chicken I ain't cooked. I think I got a pack of burgers after I ain't cooked. So I buy like some sausages and make some baked beans and you know what I'm saying. Call it a day, bro. Yeah. So that's me. It's gonna be enjoying this time off and enjoying family. Saying all that to say that thing. So how about for you?
Same thing. I'm planning on resting this weekend.
Okay.
I do want to clean up a little
You
bit.
going to church?
I'm gonna make the decision on Sunday morning. if the pastor or them don't like reach out to me and be like, hey, I need you to do something in service, I may lean toward just staying at the crib. But I'll decide. I'm gonna make that decision. The great thing at this point is I'm free to the mindset of unless the pastor needs me to do something that Sunday, I can make the decision that Sunday if I'm going to church or not, and have no feelings of grief.
I wish.
Now, no, you're a pastor now. So
Assistant.
Campus.
Assistant.
Campus.
Assistant.
if the senior pastor ain't there, who's the pastor at that campus?
The assistant pastor.
Okay. Which is who? You're the assistant pastor of the whole denomination, aren't you?
No. That's not me. That's not me.
That's not you. No,
that's somebody else.
Who is that?
There's a global executive assistant pastor.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. All right, we got a letter. We have got a letter. Wonderful is from. Did you watch Blue Schools? You were too old for that, right?
No, I know that.
Oh, you the Blue Clues, okay. I mean, that wasn't even shade because I was actually too old for Blue Clues, but Jessica watched it, so I have all the references.
Listen, I was like older watching like kid shows because like I was just
kid shows back in the day used to be good, bro. They had We Be Clubbing or All That. They brought Ice Cube to All That. Like, what are you doing?
Why? What we do?
Bro, they had TLC out there singing Creep. Two teenagers. And they're good. When I go back and bro, let's not even get started with nostalgia of that. Like Nickelodeon in particular. Nickelodeon was Jermaine Dupri. That was fun. Yeah. That was for us. Nickelodeon was for us. Disney Channel was a lot more bubbly, but bro, they like all that was literally In Living Color and Saturday Night Live for kids.
Yeah, Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, yes, it was up. But to your point, going back, like I don't think that like Jaden watches Big City Greens and little stuff like that. I can't really get into their cartoons, but I was still SpongeBob and SpongeBob toward the end, but it was still solid. Rugrats and Hey Arnold and Recess and
even like some of those like I don't know if you watched like the Camp Anawana, like even like the like Guts and the
yes, the Hidden Temple show, and even spin off like Kenny the Cat. Like Kel was dumb, but like it was good.
Yeah. Nickelodeon was what's up.
Nickelodeon was prayers to all the kids who went through that foolishness. I saw the documentary on the Netflix. Oh my god,
that was bad.
But yeah, Nickelodeon was a great show.
If Jaden said he wanted to be in Hollywood right now, would you let him? In entertainment showbiz?
I would, but I would probably be like, what's her name from Growners? Yara Shahidi. Mm-hmm. I would be like their mom, or like our friend from Blackish too. What's her name? She played Diane, the young girl, the twin.
Okay.
Her real name.
Marseille.
Yeah, I would be like their parents. Like, not like, because I feel like what I've seen from their parents, they were very involved, but they weren't Joe Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, they push their kids to be the best, to do the best, but they didn't take advantage of them. They have their own money. You know what I'm saying? Like, their success, they can show for themselves that they were actors and doing the thing. So, and I treat Jada like that even in his football. I treat him just like, you're the star. I'm here to support. When his game was over, I'd be holding helmets and water bottles, and I would be the same if you wanted to go in Hollywood. I would be there you're not taking these without me. Even if I hired you a manager, your dad is going to be on your payroll just so they can't kick me out the room. You can pay me $1,000. I don't care. Yeah. But we would have the infrastructure so that when the manager and the agent walk in the room, it's three of us.
Yep.
It's the manager, agent, and the dadager. Right? We're all there. Because my child will be protected. I'm not. You're not now. You going on who house? Oh, we all going.
Yeah.
Who party? We all going.
Yeah. Unless you turn 18, we're going.
I'm about to say at 18 because then you can make this. Even though I wouldn't want you to go, you would be so green. But I probably would be having so many conversations with Jaden or Josh so much earlier if he was in an industry than I typically would have as a parent, that they wouldn't even, by 18, they wouldn't be as green going into those spaces.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't drink that stuff. If you do drink it, hold your cup the whole time. Watch the pour just, you know what I'm saying? I would be given all the things. Don't be responding to random DMs from these little chicken heads, all that kind of stuff, right? Don't be getting caught up in stuff. Yep. Be Beyonce.
Yeah.
In the world of Nicki Minaj, just be Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like legit, like I would literally be trying to train them to be like that. Be the superstar and keep everything else to the chest. Yep. While also protecting them as a parent, for sure. Yep. I'm just the kind of parent, bro, and I don't know how we got here, that if it's your dream, I don't push you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to, I know it takes something crazy to be into Hollywood and entertainment, and thankfully my kids don't have those dreams. But I would push you. Like, Jaden has a personal trainer. Mm-hmm. Like, we're invested. Josh is doing band camp at Kennesaw State this summer.
Wow, okay. Like,
college level band camps. And he got 2 weeks at Kennesaw State and a week at Georgia State. Like, they want to be in band or do things, we're going to support it, right? Yeah. So again, would you push Brooklyn? Would you allow her to be in it?
Yeah.
Hollywood? Okay.
Yeah, without doubt. But in that case, Lauren would have to quit her job. Lauren would have to quit her job. Based off of how things work out.
Let me reflect.
Like, based off of incomes and whatnot, like it would make more sense for her to.
It was the I'm gonna be progressive. Wait a minute, reality. Don't have to quit her job. It was the thing.
Because granted, I feel like I'll probably be a better stage parent, but I feel like.
Here's the thing. I feel like I would be a better protector. Ashton would be the better stage parent. And I make more money than Ashley, so it would be the same thing. She would be the better stage parent, but I would feel bad because I would need to be in the room though, because there's some stuff that Ashley ain't gonna be bullish on that I would be.
Yeah, same thing. So let me clear that up. I feel like Lauren would be a better stage parent as far as like mama bearing, but also I feel like I would probably speak up on some things, because when it comes to Brooklyn at our school, I'll speak up all the time. I'm the one that be sending the emails and calling people and be like, I need to have meetings and whatnot. So I'll be more that person, like, you ain't about to run over my child. But I feel like in the day-to-day grand scheme of things, I think she'll be a better chaperone, in my opinion.
Yeah. And because I also don't like kids. Outside of my own kids, my nieces and nephews. I have a very short tolerance for children that are not connected to me.
Also, I think, if somebody says I'm wrong to Brooklyn, she wouldn't be an actress no more. Like, I wouldn't be able to maintain my.
Oh, no, you wouldn't let it do it because the social media go. Look how they did Blue and Ruby. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. We wouldn't have social media.
Yeah, you have to have no social media. You particularly have to just stay off social media.
Oh, y'all have to.
Because unfortunately, people gonna people.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there, but we here.
Me either.
Letter. We do.
Yeah, let's get into it. We do. Let's head on over there.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, hey, Mr. Postman.
All right, Blacks. We are on nearly the last delivery. So why did you have to think about it? Take out his pension. Let me get his pension out. But you know what? Flood the inbox next week. Tell us thank you. Tell us how much you love the show. We would love to hear that type of stuff. But you can do that by writing in to askthejigsaw@gmail.com. Again, that is askthejigsaw@gmail.com. If you put it in next week, listen, we're gonna read it.
Yeah.
We're gonna read as many as we can next week, and just do. We're gonna do a reflection episode / mailbag episode. There's a couple of in there that's been sitting there because we've been out a couple of weeks, so we got a couple to get through anyway. But yeah, do that. So if you do that, this is what we're gonna do. Next week, we're gonna promise to read your letter out loud whether we like it or not. If you sound stupid, you just sound stupid. We're gonna give you a pseudonym because we respect your privacy and your pronouns. Then we're gonna give you the best non-professional therapeutic advice that you receive on 60 times the internet. So if that being said, let's then accept it, Brian. Who do we have and what do they want?
Pronouns, he, him.
Oh, what's that man's name? Hold on. We're gonna use him. I got my boots on the ground. 803 Fresh. 803 Fresh is his name.
803 Fresh. 803 Fresh, right. I've been sitting with something heavy, and I don't really have a clean way to say it. So here it is. I don't know how to show up anymore. Okay?
My God.
Not for my friends, not for my girl, not even for myself some days. Lately, I feel like I'm supposed to be everything. Strong, soft, available, healed, vulnerable, ambitious, supportive. But I was never taught how to balance all that. I grew up around men who didn't talk. They worked, they protected, they prayed in silence and cried behind closed doors, if at all. Now I'm in my 30s trying to learn all that while still living life, and it's hard. I want to be emotionally present in my relationships, but sometimes my silence isn't me shutting down. It's me trying to find the right words and failing. I want to show love better, but I'm scared of doing it wrong. I want to ask for help, but I don't want to be a burden. And the wild part, I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. My boys feel it too, but we laugh over it and we keep it moving. So my question is, how do I keep trying to be better when I'm still figuring out who I am? And is there space for brothers like me still becoming to show up messy and not feel like we're failing everyone? Appreciate y'all holding space for these questions or questions like this. The show makes me feel seen in ways I didn't know I needed. 803, boots on the ground, fresh. This is easy for me.
Oh, well, go for it.
Like you gotta. So as a person who like is super emotional and had to try to figure out ways to stop being the everything's all right kind of person and really just being honest with yourself and being honest with your friends and being like, nigga, I'm not okay. I think when we got on here, I think Josh, you asked, was it on the pod when we recorded and you were like, how do I feel? And I was like, every bad adjective you could think of today this week has been.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
You got to be honest within that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's sometimes it's just being like, I think, you know, as growing up in church, they'd be like, oh, how are you feeling? Blessed and highly favored. Or I was talking to Lauren this week about it. Or was it Lauren? I talked to Lauren about this week about it, and I was like two things can be true. I could be blessed, know that I'm blessed, but still be like stressed and anxious and like, ugh, I don't want, you know, I want to go to bed and then wake up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? There can be, all those things can be true. You can be soft, you can be vulnerable, you can be ambitious, you can be all of these things, and it's okay to be all those things. So the question is, is there space to do that? Yeah, you just got to find your tribe and make sure that they're willing to let you do that. I have two amazing friends, two best friends, and other people I know as well that I have the ability to where if I can be honest and be like, hey, I'm not feeling good today. They'll be like, all right, we get it. Do you want to talk about it, right? Or you have friends like Josh and Chris, where if I'm like silent, I'm doing a different thing or doing that, they'll reach out and be like, hey, you good? I see that you're moving a little differently. Is everything all right? Do you need a space? Or they may even be like, hey, let's meet for lunch or something like that. So is it available to do that? Of course, you can still do that. And I'm turning 40 in a couple weeks, and I'm still figuring myself out. Still trying to figure out what my future looks like.
Still becoming.
Still becoming who I want to be. Still trying to figure out like what I want to be. Or even figuring out what I want to be and how to get there. Those are all still things that you're doing. Like I'm turning 40, literally, nigga. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little extra in a couple weeks. So like, it's okay. And feeling like you're failing, it's gonna happen. There's never a day I go by that I feel like I'm 100% successful in everything. in my opinion. But that's life. You're never going to win in everything. And we have this society where it seems like everyone showcases their wins but never their losses, to where we're thinking everybody's winning. And in most cases, you're losing. Like, nigga, we lose socks every day. Like, there's things, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're losing things every day. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't win everything. Like, there's, like, something bad happens every day.
I wasn't ready for the socks.
But I'm saying it's like,
no, it's true. I'm following you. I get you. I'm with you.
like things, like, the life is not perfect, and life will never be perfect. We're all failing in some area. We're just not in a society to where we're going to showcase our failures. We have a person that sits in the White House right now, fails at all kind of things, and he would never admit to failure. Like, the man could fall down and be like, you know what, I'm meant to do that. Like, that's the society we live in, right? So yes, is it okay to? The question is, how can I keep trying to be better when I'm still figuring myself out? Keep trying to figure yourself out. Keep trying to grow. Keep trying to improve. Of course, this is a podcast where we always talk about therapy. Go to therapy. It's great stuff. And then there's a space for brothers like me still becoming to show up messy and not feel like we're failing everywhere. Yes, still show up. And the idea of you showing up is a big deal. Like, showing up is a big deal. Like
absolutely.
You should celebrate your ability to at least show up. Because there's moments where sometimes you can literally be like, you know what, I don't want to show up anymore, and that could prevent you from your growth, prevent you from opportunities. So you showing up, even feeling messy, or feeling like you're failing, like, showing up is part of the battle, it's part of the thing. It builds adversity, builds character. So hopefully I answered the question. I'm gonna throw it to you, Josh.
No, I don't have much to add to it. You said you talked about being honest.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key part. Like, start answering that question honestly when people ask you. You ain't got to go into details. So just yesterday, I was having a pretty rough yesterday, and a friend of mine texted me, was like, hey, bro. And I was like, hey, what's up? And I wasn't in a bad space, but I actually wasn't in, like, the best space. I'll say it that way. Yeah. And he was like, how are you? And I said, I'm okay. How are you? He was like, just okay? What's wrong? Talk to me. What's wrong? I said, oh, nothing that I really care to talk about, but I'm good. Yeah. Right? And that was that on that. And he was like, oh, you don't want to talk about it? I said, actually, I don't. I said, because if I rehash it, then I'm not going to be okay. So I'm telling you right in this moment, maybe later we can talk. And this is not me shutting you out. It's just me saying that I don't. So, but what that did do, it gave that person context of how I was doing. Like, I ain't gonna allow you to be like, I'm great, things. I ain't got nothing to complain about. No complaints. No, I actually have quite a few complaints right now, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying be a Debbie Downer, but I am saying when you really don't feel it, like, be honest when you don't feel it. And then if you're in a good space and you, like, just like yesterday, I'm not trying to, yesterday was my wife's birthday. So part of me was like building myself up so that I could show up for her. So when I say I'm okay, I'm doing some work right now to be okay so that I can show up for her. And then, you know, I'll continue to work through and deal with, you know, what I was dealing with. So you have to figure, but a lot of that work comes with, like, self-awareness, situational awareness. It comes with the therapy that Brian suggested and going there and using those tools. And I'm going to tell you this, therapy only works when you're honest with them. Right, so you have to be honest and tell them really what it is, really how you feel, really what you're going through, really what your perspectives are, so that you can get the best tools. And then therapy is not a one-all fix-all. It is a great resource, but you got to implement it. You got to do it. So they can give you all the perspectives and give you the outlet, but if you don't implement the tools, then you've wasted $100 per session. And therapy ain't cheap, right? Because my therapist has put my insurance provider out of her network, so I pay per visit, but it's a necessary investment, right? It keeps me going. And sometimes therapy challenges. There have been therapy sessions I didn't leave feeling better, but I left feeling challenged. And then we come back next time, right? We work with some other things. So just be honest and figure out how to balance the space of being, you know, feeling what you feel. And if that means you don't go to the game night, you don't go get you don't go to the party, you don't go get drinks to watch the finals, then that's what that means. But you have to prioritize yourself and your emotion and your well-being and your mental health. And so hopefully it all works out. And if you have an update by next week, let us know. We'd love to hear it.
Love it.
Great conversation.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let me talk. Let me talk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to Gary Conversation. This is a place and space for Josh and I get some things off of our chest. I say it every week. Tomorrow's not a promise. Cuss the people out today. So, Josh, what is it that you want to get off your chest this week?
Well, most of it was the blacks, particularly the men who were like victim shaming Cassie and the folks in the trial. We got that out during the billboard. I'm gonna say this, and I've said it before, but what a way to close out. Sit your hind parts down when that plane lands. Now, if you're gonna stand up, because I stood up for one of the first times, there a few times when I was traveling from Nova Scotia, because the flight was like 4 hours. For some reason, my knee was hurt real bad. I stood up right by my seat just to stretch my leg. I didn't try to go to the front. I ain't try to open the thing. I literally stood up to stretch my leg in my spot.
Yeah.
Right, and I was on the aisle.
Yeah.
Right, so I was able to do that. I'm okay with you standing up like that because you ain't going nowhere. Maybe you need to stretch too, especially if it's a longer flight. But for you blacks who just, especially the ones who sit back there in the civil rights section,
I mean,
if you're just standing and you try to make Brian, where was I going? I want to say on the flight from Puerto Rico, somebody did that, and they was and I saw them coming, and I stood up, and I just stood there. They was like, "Excuse me," I said, "No." They was like, "Huh?" I said, "Did you have a connecting flight?" I was like, "No." I said, "Then we're all going to wait."
like,
And they was just, I could feel them seething behind me because, where are you going? I ain't got a connecting flight. You ain't got a connecting flight. No one else seems to be in a rush. You're delaying the onboarding process by doing this.
yeah, and you're literally like, you acting like my time or my time is your time is more important than
It's
mine.
more important than mine. Like, we all finna get out, go use them pissy bathrooms in Hartsfield, and then get on this train and get out the exit and go home. Like, we're finna do the same things.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, if you had a connecting flight, I wouldn't have minded, right? But usually people who do that lead with that, "Excuse me, I'm trying to connect my flight. Can I please get back?" Right? But you just literally try to be at the front of the gate. This ain't kindergarten. You must be in front of the line.
Right, and in most cases,
Sit your hind parts down.
in most cases, if there's a connector or if there's a delay, usually the flight attendants will be like, "Hey,
We'll say that.
yeah, hey y'all, we got some people who need to make their connectors. Can we, let them get off first, and then we'll." But if the flight is on time, ain't nobody on there really in a rush. Like,
Except for I did miss my flight leaving Halifax coming to Atlanta because the flight was on time, but the customs line in Toronto was longer than the layover.
oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So, but outside of that, you're right. If you got an hour layover and your flight was on time, 9 times out of 10, especially if it's a small airport, just go to your gate
Yeah,
and you good.
you're okay.
You're gonna be okay. But it just bothers me because it's like it literally delays the onboarding process when you do that type of stuff, and none of us are going. Like, we all going to this city.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Wait your
Just
turn.
wait your turn. And if it was that important, you get you a first class seat. You'll get out of there first.
Hello.
If it was that deep, but it ain't. So shut up.
Sit down.
Sit down. And here's one more thing. Delta.
Okay.
Give me an entire soda. I'll be the only one on all these flights. I'll be hearing. They'll be like, "What do you like, sir? Cranberry juice?" I heard nobody ever asked no cranberry juice. Just me and my little sanctified taste bud. Give me that Minute Maid, girl.
Oh, listen, extra sparkling water. Extra sparkling water.
I don't want a sparkling wine, Brian.
They give it a whole.
But I want my full can of the cranberry.
Ask for it. They'll give it to you. I bet you.
I'm not sure about egg. I'm just trying to figure out why isn't it a thing? Because you literally every single time I get one, bro. Even if I'm in like what is it? The business
Yeah.
comfort plus, or if I'm in Gin Pop. Anytime I ask for it, they are cracking a new can as and give me cranberry juice.
Yeah,
So it's like, because like I've gotten the Sprite and I've gotten the remainder of a Sprite.
Yeah.
But a cranberry, I get a new can every crack. Give me that can, sis.
Agreed. They should just give you the can.
Just give me the can. Y'all ain't that breaking. Give me the can. Give me the can.
You paid for this.
Give me the can. Anyway. This flight stank. What is that? What is that comedian on SNL? We was just trading the videos.
Eggo. It's Eggy. This plane stank.
This plane stank.
I call him Trey. He's always in up like.
I call him Trey because he's always what did he say? He just say up and then the upright for something is in the upright position.
Okay.
Take you a beer drill to shut your game. That's hilarious. That's like that kind of dry, corny humor that I really appreciate.
Yeah. Did you watch the original one I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
funny.
What they cussed?
SNL gets it right every now and then, man. Every now and then they get it right.
That's one of the ones they got right.
They got right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it right. How about you? Anything you want to get on the chest?
RG3.
Oh, RG3. Go for it. Yes.
RG3 is an absolute cornball. We owe Rob Parker even though at the time that he said it, I agreed with him. We owe him an apology. He got suspended from Fox or whatever during that time because he said RG3 was a cornball and he may not be one of us, even though he looks like us. And he was absolutely 100% true. RG3 is a cornball. I don't like how he tried to play the sympathy card and then came at one of our frat brothers, Ryan Clark, on some like, oh, you're spineless or this and that. Say it to Ryan Clark's face. I bet you won't.
Oh, you won't.
I bet you won't. RG3 is a pick me. He's a white people pick me. He loves to do things to the white gays. He loves to want to be one of them. And like he is obsessed with, like RG3 said, as Ryan Clark said, like you're obsessed with your wife being white. You're obsessed with it. Like you make mention to it.
Like it's a trophy or some achievement or something.
Yeah, like you use her as a prop. And one person said it on TikTok and it was like, yo,
you the cutest white woman ever.
But they never are. they be basic, and I'd be like, bro, like you could have. There's these bad black women out here. Like shout out to Jalen Hurts. Like
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts does it right. Protect that man at all costs. Protect him at all costs.
Yeah.
Protect him.
And they are a handsome couple together. They're right. They just make it work. Yeah.
He's a black man that loves the Lord, wears the Jordans. He's in the D9. He's is against racism. Is not afraid to speak out. Like he's my favorite.
And people you saying just making it about sports and a solid athlete and quarterback. Yeah. So on top of all of it.
On top of all of that, so like he's my favorite football player right now in the league. So shout out to Jalen Hurts. But yeah, like you had RG3, his wife was literally sitting there next to the trophy case, co-signing and all that kind of stuff. And when you denigrate and disrespect black women, man, and you have a white wife on top of that, like it's just even more disrespectful to me and hurtful to me because it's like you can't tell me that she don't be saying stuff like that. You can't tell me that she don't be saying and calling Angel Reese ghetto. You know what I'm saying?
You probably like, yeah.
Yeah.
And who else? I'm gonna let you finish this your birthday conversation. But I got a question.
No, you got it.
The question I want to ask, because he said so many women. Because I heard somebody on Joe Budden podcast too. So many women, a lot of black women are calling Angel Reese ghetto. Let me tell you what I hate about statements like that. Who are the so many? Who are the a lot? Because a lot of times what we do is we would look at our circle of influence, and maybe out of the 7 women that, let's just say 7 women are in your consistent communication. If 5 of them say they don't like Angel Reese, you come back and say majority of women don't like Angel Reese. Or a whole bunch of like, no, that's the 5 of the 7 you know.
Right.
That's it, but they are not a representative sample. That's not even big enough for a sample size to consider that would be true. And that's another thing I hated on top of all of his internal anti-blackness, because here's the thing, blacks, you can be black and still be anti-black.
Yep.
Okay. So in addition to his anti-blackness, what I also hate is that you make this sweeping generalization of other black women. Mm-hmm. Be like, oh, they all think she ghetto. My wife is a black woman. They never call Angel Reese ghetto. My wife loves Angel Reese.
Right. And let's just say this, Josh. What if she is ghetto?
And if she do swing her neck and point her finger and do that, and so what? She getting that check and she's killing the WNBA. Right. So what?
26-inch bust down. Who cares?
Who cares?
Why does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it matter? Like,
are the rebounds happening? Are the assists there?
Is is being if is being ghetto against the law? Like, is it criminal? Is it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like, what is, if somebody is ghetto? Why is that a problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like,
what are we talking about here?
So whatever. But RJ3 is a cornball. He's whack. He's not invited to the cookout ever. Ever.
This is the one time I will say something like this, so y'all better enjoy it. I trade one of them white gingers for RG3.
Oh yeah.
And I don't be liking why people coming to cookouts,
but they want to be there. He don't want to be there. He'll come to the cookout and be like, ooh, honey, let's get our plate real quick and leave.
I'll smack that nigga with a ball of Lowry's.
I do not like that man. I do not like that man at all.
Anyway, I didn't know the y'all man was coming today. But that's $60 I'm about to be out of. Nevertheless, with that being said, here's another episode of the Jigsaw Podcast. See, figuring it out. Gotta get your grass. I need to buy me a lawnmower.
You want one?
Buy me a lawnmower. It got gas in it.
Yeah, it got gas in it. And I
don't want gas. I'm gonna, cause I had electric at our old house, and our backyard and side yard was too big for it to cover. But this lot is pretty decent size, where it was going to full charge. Cause I don't be like going to get gas, have to do oil changes on lawnmowers. Like, it's like a car.
Yeah.
I don't want to do all that. So anyway, thank you for another episode of Jigsaw Podcast. We love y'all so much. We appreciate y'all rocking with us as long as you have, and all the other things. You can still support us. You can still love on us. And Brian, tell them how they can do that.
You can still support us. You can still follow us. You can still subscribe.
Next video page ain't gonna get deleted.
Right, it's still gonna be there.
It's gonna be archived. This is the Library of Congress.
We might go live on it every once in a while. We might go be out in the street somewhere and then do something.
Why not go live on there one day?
Why not? Why not be out there outside, have a party or something like that? Yeah. Follow us. I am Josh Riders. I am Brian Hare. Well, I'll be back on social media like in probably June. I am Brian Hare. The Jigsaw Podcast. Email us at askthejigsaw@gmail.com. 5 stars or nothing at all if you're gonna rate us. Like, subscribe. The YouTube page is there. Thank you, Chris, for all that you do. And before we head out, Josh, let the people know what they need to do.
What you can, while you can, the best ways you can, but in all you're doing, please don't get caught with your work undone. And that means, it's summertime. You heard all those hands I gave you? Let me do it again. That's deodorant. Those are the many swipes you need on each arm. And make sure that deodorant got aluminum in it. Y'all like it. You can smell everything else, but you can't smell yourself. You stink, Ashton. I don't know who that is. Beverly, you're musty. You're chafing between your thighs. You're nasty. The buses are nasty. The buses are filthy. We have to wait a long periodically time for me to get on the bus. All right. Love y'all. See y'all next week.
See y'all. Peace.
Bye.